Welcome, gang. It's Fortress Friday, or it's actually not Fortress Friday, but it's essentially the Fortress Friday stream. I've actually, I've got to actually be, I'm going to be away this Friday, so I thought I'd actually do the Fortress Friday stream early, so it's actually Wednesday. Anyway, I'm going to be recording this. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's a pre-recording done on Twitch, so it will be up on the Friday for Twitch. Sorry, for YouTube, but not for Twitch. For Twitch, it's live on Wednesday. All right, so we've got now we've got the civilian alert still actually up and active. We've got a one-humped camel corpse inside the fortress here, just in the at the top of the entrance. If we have a look and see what else there is around, we've got that one outside. And have we locked the door? Yeah, we've got the door forbidden, which means that the camel can't get back out. We're going to attack this, I think. I think that's what the plan was, if I can remember, as we come back down through the fortress. We've got this bit of carnage down through this other side. So we've got a fair bit of carnage in here. And we have got a locked area there. Right, so we've got the one camel that's sort of stuck inside. We've got all of the traders have been killed. Some of them made it off the map, but there's a lot of loot left over everywhere. Actually, there's stuff left up the top as well. Look, if we have a look up the top here, so we do want to sort of go and take all this because there is a whole lot of loot for where they came in. I forget where it was. And is that horse still there? Oh, there's a stray donkey foal here. You know, I think that we're going to we've got a donkey foal that was out that didn't make it inside when everyone else came, and we also have this stray water buffalo bull as well, which we wanted to get them inside as well. So I think we better actually try to bring them in. But there is actually also a trade caravan. Now, whose is that? That's Munker Strap's corpse in through there. We do actually have a whole lot of stuff that was dropped by the traders here when they got attacked, or when they got spooked by everything. And there should be a horse out here as well. Let's have a bit of a look and see who we do actually have outside. So if you have a look at everyone in through here, and go to others. Yes, there's still the horse in through here, which is yes. So some of these are caged. Yes, this is out here. It's actually now wandered across the front. I think we had better take our military out. Before we do that, let's just plan everything now, because we've only got the two hostiles on the map at this point in time, which is, so we've got one out here, and that one's, yeah, so we've got, these are difficult, like they've certainly done a lot of damage. We've got this one inside as well. They're both healthy at this stage. So let's just go and think about our military. Do we want to get a bigger military? I think initially we just go in with, like we've got Began there. Who else have we got? Well, they're just doing their work. I think Began is you're just going to store an item in a stockpile and do things like this. We've got Adrian Soter in through here, our militia commander. These are fine. Like they haven't actually. There's been no real issue there. What we could do is actually position them here, and then send them in. Like basically, sort of have them ready to go, and then take on the undead. I think that they'll be okay doing that. I feel like there was something else we were going to do first. We're trying to set up a hospital in here, and we have established the hospital. So that's sort of now ready. That will be built. That I guess is a bit of a danger. We're also trying to build the well. So the well is construction. Yeah, waiting for construction. So that's actually been done. We've got a hatch being placed above to make the well relatively safe. It's relatively safe. It's not perfectly safe, actually. Yeah, so we'll leave that one where that is. We've done it like it would be good to bring that horse back down and then start to sort of make use of it. We've been able to fill up the water as we go further down. Actually, where is the water? So that's it here. Yeah. So we've got the water has now come back in through the side. We've blocked this all off, so this is all nice and clean. it's hard for them to get from there up to here. So we should be relatively safe. Like we've sort of blocked things. Oh, hang on, no, we haven't really. That there is a bit of a problem. Yeah, then that goes all the way up. No, so it can still be scaled, but it's not too much of an issue there. The bedroom layer we've actually now sort of dug out, but we haven't done anything with it. The trouble we were having was with the with getting them to actually do this work in here, and I don't know what I've done here. So is it Friday already? Thank God, says Hubbabub. So yeah, and Grunkerstrap saying, "Cry havoc and unleash the undead camels of war." Yes. So we've got the well, I'm going to be away this Friday, so I thought I'd actually do the stream today. I was going to play like a different game, like Quasimorph or something, but then because I've been playing a lot of Distant Worlds, but I think I wanted to play something a bit different. But today's my last stream for this week, and then I'm away. Sort of doing all sorts of other things. All right, so I don't know why they're not doing this. This is really bothering me as to why they're not actually doing the smoothing. If you have a look at the actual dwarves themselves. So we've got a whole lot of people that have come as new arrivals. Now, if we have a look at our military, so we've got Adrian Sotier, we've got Klingzog and Began. I think if I assign a position 4, we've got a few of them in here that can be added. The trouble is they're not going to have any armor initially. Now there is armor, but it's actually inside the wrong section. So if I go to F2, come back to this level here, which is sort of where things are, we could potentially pick up armor from the dead units that are down through here. Like we've got iron low boots, for example. There's all sorts of things. There's steel caps. There's some really good armor here to be had. Yeah, we've got there's all sorts of stuff in through here actually that where the traders ended up sort of meeting their demise in the last episode. I think what we'll do is I think we'll have to go and set up in here and then open this up. So let's actually bring these back in here. Go back to the squads and get them to go onto station. And then we'll assign a station order for here. Just get them all assigned. So wait for that to happen. Let's just unpause. There's all 3. Okay, we're now going to, we've still got the civilian alert active, so the others won't go into it. We haven't seen that camel come down just yet. So yes, we have. There it is right there. Now if I open this up, we then have a problem. Well, not really a problem. All right, let's release this. And so now this is now open for the camel to come back up. So if we just step through, let's just see what actually happens here with everyone. I'm just pressing the who's that? Sev is in the way. Move out of the way, Sev. This is not where you want to be. Here it is. Camel is here. So we now actually have an active thing where we can actually start to now fight this camel in the fortress itself. So it's now come through the area into here. These are really powerful, by the way. So it's they've caused a lot of damage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. I'm sort of thinking of releasing the top area as well, so that this camel can get in. But I might just go hunting for it, I think, because once we actually open the whole top, everything's going to be a lot better for us. So let's go and attack this. So we now have an attack order on that one. We'll confirm it. And so we're going to kill the one humped camel. We've got Adrian Sotier back and through here. Let's just go and clear all of these things in here and just start to click in. So we're getting different attacks coming through. Now, why are you there? Sev, move away, move away. So Adrian Sotier is fighting. We can have a look at it from the perspective of the camel, might be the easiest way of doing this. Yeah, Yeah, the camel misses the militia commander, charges the militia commander, knocks, and so the militia commander has been knocked over and is tumbled backwards into this doorway. It did bite the camel corpse in the head, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle. So Adrian should be using the mace, but he's decided to bite instead. Can still be fairly effective, but is on the ground now. So you can see the little down arrows in through there. So Adrian is on the floor. You can actually have a look at it from here. And we just pause it bit by bit and sort of see what actually happens here. So we can't look at the graphic, but we can actually look at what happens. The hammer dwarf bashes one humped camel corpse in the head, bruising the muscle and fracturing the skull. So this one may actually end up... so the hammer dwarf is Klingzog, I believe. Yeah, that's the hammer dwarf. Spear dwarf is Began, and then the militia commander is Adrian. So, well, let's just keep on sort of rattling through, because now Klingzog is involved. And so that's done some damage, but hasn't actually broken the camel just yet. There's another one there, Mace Dwarf. One camel is fighting. I'll just go and, again, have another look and see what we actually have from this perspective. Militia commander bashes the corpse in the head with the copper mace, bruising the muscle. I'll just keep on going for a little bit longer with this, so we'll just press space. Spear dwarf stabs a one-humped camel in the right foot. The sensory nerve has been severed. The hammer dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the right leg. Yeah, there we go, fracturing the bone. Attacks the spear dwarf, but he jumps away. Bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the right foot. It's copper warhammer, bruising the bone. The force twists the right rear leg. Stabs again. Looking for the head shots, really, is what we're looking for. So the camel corpse is missing our guys. Militia commander bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the right rear foot, bruising the muscle. Here we go. Spear dwarf stabs the one-humped camel corpse in the head, tearing the muscle. The tendon in the skull has been torn, and the force pulls back, but it still didn't do enough damage to the brain yet. And so the one-humped camel corpse kicks the militia commander in the left foot, but the attack is deflected good by the copper high boot. This is why you need stuff everywhere. So Kevin is then saying, Dwarf Fortress, what we've been waiting for. Here we come. And Monkastraf saying, can't help thinking allowing an undead camel is undermining the whole fortress part. It's sort of like we should be able to take this one apart. Like you can see there, we're doing pretty well already. Bruising the bone, a ligament has been torn, and a tendon has been torn. I want the loot from outside, is what I really, really want. So that's really what we're doing this one for. Militia commander bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the upper body, bruising the muscle. Spear dwarf stabs it in the head, tearing the muscle. Tendon in the skull has been torn, the force pulls the neck. So still jabbing at the head. Attacks the militia commander, but he rolls away because he's on the ground already. The hammer dwarf kicks the one-humped camel corpse in the right foot, bruising the muscle. Misses the hammer dwarf. Hammer dwarf bashes in the head, fracturing the skull again. The force pulls the neck, tearing apart the skin. The militia commander bashes the corpse in the lower body. Attacks again the militia commander, but he scrambles away. Hammer dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the right rear leg, fracturing the bone, and again attacks, but he jumps away. So this is why I wanted to do it in an open area like this, which is actually which makes it much easier. We might even open up, just so we can bounce around, I might even open up the staircase and get all that built when this is all done, just so we can actually really have better fighting places for our dwarves to dodge into, and maybe even put some traps downstairs as well, just because like we are going to get all sorts of things actually happening in through here. Anyway, bashes in the right leg. The spear dwarf stabs the camel corpse in the upper body. Strikes the spear dwarf, but the shot is blocked. The hammer dwarf bashes in the head, fracturing the skull yet again. So we have to smash the brain. So we're actually doing a good job here, doing a lot of fracturing of the skull. Spear dwarf stabs in the head as well, tearing the muscle. So it looks like we've sort of now got it on its. We're now sort of getting it going here. Right rear leg. Strikes at the spear dwarf, but the shot is blocked. Bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the upper body, but with the shaft of his copper spear bruising the skin. The one-humped camel charges the spear dwarf, but this is Began, so Began then jumps away from the camel. The spear dwarf stabs the... so that's Began. So I'll try to use their names. So Began stabs the corpse in the lower body, and we're now torn the stomach. It's now attacking the Began again, but he jumps away again. So if we have a look again, we're probably going to see... Yeah, so things have now moved out a little bit. So over through here, we now have Began. So Began is inside the this workshop. Where's Adrian? Adrian is still on the floor. So Adrian is no problem there. And we also have Klingzog back over here. So the camel is sort of now moving away. The camel is, if we have a look at the health, so the ability to stand has been somewhat impaired now. So it's actually now is slow moving. So we shouldn't really have we shouldn't have too much trouble. We are seeing blood there. That's Adrian's dwarven blood. Hang on. I didn't see Adrian get hit by anything. Let's have a look. Oh, this is not good. I didn't see the what happened there. So if we have a look at the description, we don't have any evaluated wounds, and there's no description of anything that's actually happened there. Ability to stand has been lost. We do have blood there. It should be. It shouldn't be a problem. Let's have a look and see what actually happened here. Yeah, so this is all that's happened from from Adrian's perspective. He did tear the muscle and bruise the bone in the left ankle. Ligament has been torn. Okay, that's what it is there. That's where the commander falls over. Bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the upper body with the copper mace, bruising the muscle. The militia commander is no longer stunned. Attacks again, but he rolls away. So he's scrambling away. He can't actually walk. This is a problem because we've got a broken bone. No, it's just bruising bone. So okay, we're going to need to get the hospital set up. Unfortunately, yeah. So Adrian's yelling out, "I've been injured badly. This leaves me so shaken." So unfortunately, it's now just Adrian can still fight, but it's going to be a bit more of a problem. Let's go back to the camel again. So maybe this isn't going to be as one-sided as we thought. So, yeah, so Began's now taking the brunt of this and jumping around inside the actual workshop. Spear Dwarfs, yeah, again, so Began bashing it, bruising the skin. Mrs. Began, the bashes again with the lower body with the shaft of the copper spear, bruising the skin. Mrs. Began again, strikes the one-humped camel corpse, lower body, bruising the fat. Come on, Klingzog, get in there. Hammer Dwarf, here we go. So this is Klingzog, bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the upper body. The hammer bruising the muscle, jamming the left floating rib through the liver and tearing the liver. Spear Dwarf stabs it in the upper body again. Charges Began, collides with Began, and Began is then tumbled backwards. Hammer Dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the left foot with the copper warhammer, bruising the muscle. It misses the Hammer Dwarf again, so then the Spear Dwarf stabs it in the head, tearing the muscle. Okay, the Spear Dwarf first again stabs it in the head again, tearing the muscle. Tendon in the head has been torn, bruising the skin. The Hammer Dwarf bashes the corpse in the lower body. Keep it going. So the Spear Dwarf again goes for the upper body. Kicks the Spear Dwarf in the left lower leg. The attack is deflected. Okay, so we've got the copper greaves that deflected that particular attack. Luckily, charges the Hammer Dwarf, but the Hammer Dwarf jumps away. Militia Commander bashes the one-humped... So the Militia Commander has crawled back in with his sprained ankle. It's more than a sprained ankle. So he can only fight low, so you won't see headshots unless the camel falls over. So the force twist the left front leg. There we go. Scrambles away. Hammer Dwarf bashes again the upper body. Bashes the one in the bruising the muscle through there. Wow. Okay, but the shot is blocked. Hammer Dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the head with bruising the muscle, fracturing the skull, So we're not able to get this killing blow in. They're trying their hardest to smash this thing. Charges the Hammer Dwarf. The Hammer Dwarf goes away, fracturing the bone again in the right legs with the Hammer Dwarf. Strikes the Hammer Dwarf, but the shot is blocked by the shield. That's good. Hammer Dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the right rear foot, bruising the muscle. Charges the Hammer Dwarf, but the Hammer Dwarf jumps out of the way. Let's just see where the action now is. So there, okay, so the camel is now over the top of Adrian. Adrian is still on the ground. Here comes Sev again. What is Sev doing there? Cleaning the blood. This is the trouble we've got. We're now in a situation where we're inside the safety zone of the action. So Sev could, if Sev takes one shot, that's probably the end of Sev, really. So yeah, we're still got the others just working away while all this action is taking place in the main corridor here. So now Began is healthy, terrified while in conflict. There we are. Anyway, let's just keep on going with the camel. I thought we'd start to see entrails coming out of the camel at this stage. So we're going to, we may have to still leave the stuff outside with Adrian being damaged like this. Let's just keep on going. Okay, bashes the corpse in the head, bruising the muscle. So this is Adrian. It's actually still sort of bashing away. Hammer Dwarf bashes in the rear leg, fracturing the bone. Okay, it did actually strike at Adrian, but the shot is blocked. So you can see them all tangled together on the ground there. The militia commander bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the head with his copper mace, bruising the muscle. God, we just can't get these killing blows in. Lower body, did actually bruise the pancreas at this point in time. Strikes the militia commander, but the shot is blocked with the shield. Okay, that's fine. The militia commander bashes the corpse in the rear foot, bruising the bone. Bends the rear leg. Hammer Dwarf scratches the corpse in the right foot. Okay, we've got misses the Hammer Dwarf, bashes in the so we've actually now got a bash to the left ear. Just we're not quite getting what we need to do. We just really need to smash it in the head fully. We're just not getting the shots in. Militia commander scratches the one-humped camel corpse in the rear front leg, tearing at the muscle. Hammer Dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the head, bruising the muscle, fracturing the skull. We're just not getting these killing blows. We're very, very close. Attacks the commander, but he rolls away again. Let's have a look and see where we are now in the action. So the camel is still here. Adrian is now rolled over to here. Sev is now still cleaning this one through here. So and then we've got Adrian's blood in and around this other side. The other two are on either side of the camel. The camel is, if you have a look at the health and description, yes, right rear leg is fractured. We're going to see all sorts of different things with different sorts of stuff happening. It's got to be, the skull is fractured. Most of the stuff's rotting away anyway because it's a zombie camel. All right, back we go again. We'll just go back in and keep on watching from this perspective. So charges the Hammer Dwarf but jumps away. Bashes in the rear foot, fracturing the bone. Okay, it attacks the Hammer Dwarf but he jumps away again. Spear Dwarf stabs the one-humped camel corpse in the head, tearing apart the muscle. Tendon and skull has been torn, but we're still not getting the brain. Just must have a tiny brain, tiny little camel brain. Bashes in the lower body. We can pulp it, but it's just not. It's going to take. We really need to get the head. So the Hammer Dwarf kicks the camel corpse in the head with the left foot, but it glances away. The force pulls the neck. So we're doing everything we can to actually smash the brain and get the kill. Okay, so stabs it in the right foot. Misses a spear dwarf. Stabs it in the upper body. Yeah, charges the spear dwarf, jumps away. Adrian then attacks it again in the right foot with his shield, but he glances away. Okay, we now have a spear dwarf stabs the one-humped camel corpse in the upper body, but the spear has now been lodged firmly in the wound. The Hammer Dwarf bashes it in the right foot, chipping the bone. So we're still not getting what we need to be able to do here. One-humped camel corpse strikes the militia commander, but the shot is blocked. Good. So Began is now pulling on the copper spear and then gains possession back of the copper spear. The military commander bashes it in the lower body, bruising the fat. Spear Dwarf kicks the camel in the rear leg, bruising the muscle, and the Hammer Dwarf bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the lower body with his copper warhammer, bruising the fat and bruising the spleen. Alright, the force bends the right leg. God, it keeps on just going and going, doesn't it? This thing, it's so hard to kill these. Bashes lower body. Bashes in the upper body. We need the headshots in here. Lower body again. Tendon to lower spine has been torn. So again, still attacking the militia commander, but he scrambles away. Bashes in the corpse in the lower body again, tearing the muscle. The Spear Dwarf bashes again, bruising the muscle. Wow. Okay, so we've just keep on going. So we do have the front leg. We're not going for the heads anymore. Here we go. Yeah. So the Hammer Dwarf so Klingzog is smashing the copper, like with his copper warhammer, bruising the muscle, but we're just not getting enough damage done. There's a few things in through here. Stabs it in the upper body, and then the militia commander bashes the camel corpse in the head, bruising the muscle, fracturing the skull. Let's have a look and see where we are now. The camel is still standing. Sev has done a great job cleaning up all the blood. So the blood is gone. Yeah, so we've got the one-hand camel corpse now on the throne. We've got Adrian is now crawled onto the table, so it's now sort of on the actual top table of the office with the camel in through this other side. We're still not seeing much other things happening around the camel. The camel won't have any actual flowing blood, so it's because it's a zombie. It's got to be close. How are our guys going? They're still healthy. They're not tired yet, which is good. But Adrian being injured is a big problem. What we're going to need to do here is we're going to need to get Adrian away because I think we'll be able to finish this off. But we'll then have to go and build up our military with adding one more member to then go and pick up the loot that we picked up. So we're still going to have a bit of time, unfortunately. If they were unscathed, if we hadn't had this this ankle that had been attacked with Adrian, it means that we're only going to essentially have two fighting outside, and that's going to be too much. It's going to be too difficult. So if I can get a third member, that wouldn't be terrible actually for that to happen. But anyway, let's continue on fighting in through this other side. So we'll just go back into the camel yet again. Strikes the military commander blocked with a shield. The leg shots, here we go. Front foot, head, bruising the muscle. We're just not getting what we need. Oh, the one-humped camel corpse now falls over. So with that last shot, so a fair few things happened there. So Klingzog actually smashed it in the right rear leg, fracturing the bone. The Spear Dwarf stabs the corpse in the left foot, tearing the muscle and bruising the bone, severing motor nerves, etc. in through there. It pulls the front leg. Militia commander bashes the corpse in the head, bruising the muscle. So the camel corpse has now fallen over. If we go back and have another look, we'll now see, we should see, yeah, we've seen the little down arrows there with the camel corpse. So the camel corpse is now in a very prone and vulnerable position. So strikes military commander, but blocked with the copper shield, can still strike out. Hammer Dwarf bashes in the lower body. Come on, get the headshots, guys. Okay, the Spear Dwarf. This is how detailed this thing is. So it knows that a camel has got a hump. So it's stabbed the one-humped camel corpse in the hump with the tearing the fat. Not that's going to do much for us. Militia commander bashes in the right leg. Come on, get the head, guys. Get the head. Attacks the militia commander, but he rolls away again. So we've got these in through here. Thanks for the subscription there, Looney Mushroom. Very, very much appreciated. I guess Mace Dwarves would be the best against undead animals. Yeah, I think so. I think we've got... well, that's what Adrian is, but Adrian can't get high with his mace. So he can't get... like he's on the ground, but then the camel is also on the ground, I think. So we can have a bit of a look in just a minute. Right leg, left leg... Okay, the militia commander bites the one-hand camel corpse in the head, tearing apart the muscle. All of these shots to the head have not really worked. So now he's actually using his teeth to try to tear apart the skin of the camel and sort of break apart the skull. So he's latched on firmly. So this is now, if we have a bit of a look to see what's going on here now. So Adrian is on the ground here. The camel corpse is also on the ground, or sort of across the table, where we've got the, and he's now latched on to the camel's head. I should illustrate this, shouldn't I? Sort of to actually show what's going on, because he's it's like the camel is just broken apart. There's so much that's fractured with this camel, but it can still, because it's a zombie, it can still use all the parts, which is interesting. So we'll just go back in again, look at the perspective from here. So we'll just go back in. Wish this screen was smaller, actually. I would be nice to just have that sort of take up a smaller portion of what's going on. Hammer Dwarf kicks the camel in, so we're now attacking the head. We're now going in for the kill, guys. Here we go. Stabs it in the head with a copper spear, tearing apart the muscle. Force bends the neck, but we're still not getting the brain. It strikes the militia commander, but the shot is blocked with the shield. So even though we've still latched on firmly, so the militia commander is still firmly attached to the head. Then we've got a stab to the rear foot. Bashes it in the left front leg, fracturing the bone. Actually, Mr. Commander now bashes, bruising the fat. So he may have let go, I guess. Yep, Spear Dwarf stabs again, tearing the muscle, bruising the bone. Strikes Mr. Commander, but it's blocked again by the copper shield. Bashes the one-humps camel corpse. Come on, guys, get this undone. Rear foot. Okay, strikes the militia commander, but the shot is blocked with the copper shield. There's a lot that actually happens in through here. Rear foot, front leg. So Adrian is actually attacking the head, which is what has to happen, fracturing the skull yet further. But just can't get the final hit here. In the head, tearing the muscle, tendon that the force pulls the neck. It's still not enough. That's with Began with his with the spear. The spear is mainly for pushing things around rather than for, like, it's not going to finish things off as well as other items. Like if we had a sharp weapon like a sword or something like that, it would actually or an axe. We could be chopping the head off and doing stuff like that, but would still they'd have different things we have to fight, but they'd be easier to kill at that stage. So Monkerstrap's saying the dwarves will die of old age at this rate. Yeah, well, it all happens pretty quickly. It's only like the reason I'm doing it this way is so that we don't miss out on what's actually happening, because yeah, we can scratch the lower body, strikes the one again. You can see we're getting much more shots in now than what the camel is. So the camel is quite badly injured now, and right leg. It's the head. It misses the militia commander. Strikes the one-humped camel corpse in the right foot, bruising the muscle. I'm glad that we actually let it into the fortress, so where we've got a bit of gap. Twists the front leg, bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the right rear leg, fracturing the bone. Bashes the one-humped camel corpse in the upper body, bruising the heart. Kicks it in the lower body. We need the headshots, guys. We need the headshots. So these are all in the upper body. Strikes the camel. Adrian's now doing a much better job after that. It only had one shot that got in that did a lot of damage. Right foot, copper. Yeah, it's the right leg. Come on, forget the legs and just go for the head, guys. Blocked again with the copper shield. Okay, we've got the foot again. Upper body. So we're smashing this thing to pulp, but it's just we're not being effective to actually kill off the to kill what we need. Kicks the one-humped camel corpse in the head, bruising the muscle. This is now Hammer Dwarf is Klingzog, so Klingzog's doing that. Adrian sort of now hitting it again in the lower body. Strikes the militia commander, but it's blocked again. Spear Dwarf stabs the one-humped camel corpse in the right foot, tearing the muscle and bruising the bone. Come on, finish it off. Fractured the skull yet again. Hammer Dwarf bashes the camel corpse in the head. Again, the injured part is crushed. That's the killing blow. So Klingzog gets the killing blow here. There it is there, finally. It's one lumped camel at this point, yes. So we've now crushed the skull, we've crushed the head. So if we have a look at the actual corpse itself, mangled corpse, splattered with Ficrod mountain ropes dwarven blood. This is actually from the, so it's come through, the Ficrod fountain rope is one of the traders. So it came through like a tunnel of blood before it actually made it here. Yeah, so this is actually now we've got it's yeah, there's a lot going on here. So anyway, we've got the one hip camel corpse that has come through this other side. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we can see that it's just covered in the blood of the dwarf that died in here. So that's Dishmab, that's Ficod there, mangled corpse. These are both mangled corpses that we actually have down through this other side. We've got another one that where these guys actually did a pretty good job of killing off the camels that were in here. There was a couple of other camels made it in. We've only now have one hostile. We have one injured citizen, but we don't have anywhere to actually any place to go and build the. Do we have any other beds? Is there any other beds? Why are there no beds being built? I'm looking down through here. All right, we now need to fix Adrian up. So that's now been done. So they've got to kill the one camel corpse. So just let it unpause. They now go back to their normal jobs. No special orders. Routine is ready, but we then have Adrian, who is seriously injured, is what it's sort of telling us there. If we have a look at the health, ability to stand has been lost, the treatment, diagnosis required, crutch required. So he's going to need a crutch for a little while to be able to move around. But so we do actually have crutches, but we're going to need to do a few other things. I'm going to now clear the civilian alert and allow them to go into this area through here. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to do something a bit tricky. I'm going to now open up that there in all the way around this. So we're going to open this up as a bit of an entry point into the actual fortress itself. This way, that way we're going to be able to ultimately fight anything that does come down through here. So it'll give us a gap at the bottom of the stairs where we can actually go down and wait for them down the bottom here, rather than charging up. And I'm going to then allow all of this to also then be built. So let's just go and now we do actually have. Do we have aquifer? No, there's no aquifer in this location. So we're going to allow all this to be built as well. So we're just going to go across, and we will hide that. And we change from blueprint to standard selections. So I'm just going to go and move those. So we build those, and then we'll just make all of these stairs at least up to that point. Not at the top, but just maybe to there. So that way we've still got 2 layers above that we haven't actually activated. So let's allow that to be built. That way it'll give us a bit more maneuvering space for attacks. In fact, we could even, I can't dig it out there, but I can still dig out in and around here. So I can actually make, I might even do this because I can see this being an area that we end up fighting on a lot, and having the maneuvering space is actually really quite important, as you sort of have seen. And then we come up into the sand. I think I'll even do this as well, but I won't do it higher than that. I'll just leave the layers above. I'll leave to be fairly narrow, but this will then open right up. Yeah, we just can't bring it into this side here. Okay, so we'll allow that this way we can actually sort of start to pick everything up. Now this has all been stopped, so we can actually just go back in. I'll just close that one. Go back to this one here. Actually, sorry, that's not it. That's not the one I wanted. What did I want? This one here. So I want to now claim everything that's forbidden, and we can see there's a lot of stuff there with the curly brackets, with the brackets around it, which means that they're no longer, they can't be used at the moment. But let's just go and make sure that we claim all the stuff that's in here. I don't think there's anything else on the stairs. There's this camel corpse in through this other side. Now we do actually have a butcher's shop, and so they should be able to now butcher these camel corpses. And let's just see if it's only the one camel corpse. We'll just go and clear that. And so that's now going to open up all of the stuff that's in here as well. And we did pick up a mace there by the looks of things. Right. Okay. So we may actually have a bit more here than what we realise. We're still in the process of claiming. I won't claim any more. Let's just leave that where that is. So that sort of concludes the the camels that made it inside. Now we still actually have the top of the fortress is still blocked off out through here. We don't have any more. Actually, we've got one active one, have we? Yeah, that one there is active. This one little area. We've got vultures in cages. We've got camels in cages out through here as well. But we haven't finished off the traps in around this particular location yet. So we need to do more with that. This thing's getting closer and closer. I really can't do anything until I pick up another fighter. So let's go and get another member of the group. But we need to get the hospital now sorted out urgently. And if we have a look and see how much trees have we got? How much wood? Not much. Actually, there's none of it. If we have a look at the stocks of wood, it doesn't even show up. Wood, yeah, there's nothing there. Logs. Where's that? Oh yeah, we do have some. Right, so why aren't they building beds? Let's go to the work orders. And I wish you could filter this. So beds will be in here, I'm hoping. There it is. Amount of logs is at least 50. Need to change that number. So we don't have any more beds. And we want to really, I think when we get down to even 5 logs, that's going to be enough. Yeah, so 5 logs will be enough. So we've got 12 logs. So let's actually allow the beds to be built. So that will be important. Yeah, we do have we've got a copper battle axe in through there. And we have now the other equipment. I could almost do 2, but I don't have. I've got a. That's a large. This is a human helmet. So this is from one of the other characters that died. I forget the character's name. If you go down to here, this Istro. That's Istro's stuff. So now we have to make a whole lot more slabs and put them in as well. What are you doing here? You are no job. I don't know why they're not doing the smoothing. Smoothing it's weird that they're not doing it in this particular map. It's very, very strange. Right, okay, let's go back down there through. So we don't have any beds at all. This table, I'm going to resume construction of that table. We've got tables that have come into a few of these locations, which is good. So it's Friday already. It sort of is. We're pretending it's Friday because I'm away this Friday. So I thought I'd actually do this stream now, and that way at least I've still got Fortress Friday for YouTube the following week. I'll be back the following Friday. So we've got all these different animals as well. These are tame bunnies and stuff. I really would like to get those other animals in from the top. So we do actually have the butcher's shop. Now the butcher, it should just auto butcher. We might have a look at that and just sort of see what does happen here. It'll probably have to take the animals what we've got into a different location, and then move them up through, and sort of do things with those. But so we've got this area through. Let's just go through the zones. So this zone in here, if we just go into the adding in who we have, so we've got the, they've all been placed. I thought there was a P chick somewhere. No, it has been already placed. That's okay. Hi, Began. How are you going? Same fortress or new? You've just missed out on your big fight. You had a massive fight, but Klingzog was the one who got the killing blow in. So yeah, so you've actually it's literally just finished. It's if you watch back. So this is here. This is the undead camel corpse, which we actually led into the fortress. So Klingzog is in there. So Klingzog actually had So Klingzog attacked the So Klingzog got the killing blow in the end. But you were right here as well. So just finishing it all off. So and then we've got Adrian in there as well, who's now seriously injured after that particular fight. Not seriously, actually. I mean, can't stand, so is going to have to be taken to the hospital. But we need to urgently build a bed. In fact, I might just go and make a bed and make that a do it now type mission. So do it urgently, because we do need to get Adrian down and into the hospital. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. Right, okay, so military. Who else do we get? We know that there's one other set of military equipment that's been left over up the top here. So there is a... not there. Is it there? Got steel cap, a warhammer, bronze shield. Yeah, so we've got enough to deck out one of our guys. So one more military can be sort of using Dishmab's stuff, all of his old stuff. So so we've now sort of made that available. So let's now just go across and go back to the military itself, go back to the units in the military and assign position number 4. So we have an adequate fighter. We've got a novice armor user, novice fighter, novice fighter, novice fighter. So none of them are great. So who's not important here? Is the next thing. Supreme Plague is too important as a miner, so we definitely don't want him doing this, which means that we're down to Sirion, I think, the siege engineer. We don't really need a siege engineer in the fortress at this stage. A glassmaker we do need, so I'm going to have to leave Orangutan's library out of this one, and an elephant man as well. Rogue is a stone crafter. Again, they should be doing the smoothing, and I'm not sure why they're not. Yeah, Rogue is actually set for chopping down trees. Ooh, I've got a few different things to do here. I think what I'll do is I'll put Syrian in as the next one in. So Syrian will now sort of come back in to the fight, even though it thought Supreme Plague was a better option. And so what we'll now go and do is go and just put them on station again, just very briefly, just so that we end up with getting Syrian to pick up the equipment. It may pick it up anyway, but Syrian's going to have to go and find the right sort of equipment. Now, I prefer him to use the mace, but I'm even happy if he uses the axe that's available in here. So that would actually be fine. Got a willow spear as well that he could make use of. So he's got a few different things in here that he can actually go and grab. So let's just go and... I'll put them on station yet again. So back to squads, select the squad, station, and let's just see what actually happens here. Now that's Klingzog, Began, and here comes Syrian now. So Syrian has now got, and we can just sort of see what he's got in terms of his items. He's picked up the copper battle axe, but he hasn't picked up the other equipment yet. Okay, now we've got the greaves. The copper warhammer copper greaves is looks like that maybe it might be that Adrian has now gone off. So let's just go back down. Let's now undo that. I'll just go no special orders, but Syrian's going to have to get equipment before we go outside. Yeah, here comes Adrian now into this area. Even without the beds, he's still going to be evaluated. So he's now here in the middle. He's now sleeping on the floor. Has he been treated yet? That's Syrian there. Hang on, that's Syrian there. Where's Adrian? Oh, Adrian's over here. Everyone's on the ground. So he's resting. He's unconscious, seriously injured still. Let's look at his health. Treatment. Okay. It needs sutures, needs dressing. So in this case, we just need to get him on a table. So we do actually have some tables in here. So crutch required. On his left ankle, needs dressing. So it has been treated by the doctor. So Velasar, who's the doctor? If you have a look at the zone, and it is Tiny Mutant Squid. Okay, the expedition leader is the actual doctor that we have. I'm not sure where Tiny Mutant Squid is. Yeah, so it's now we've still got one hostile outside. Syrian is down here asleep in this area. I thought that was going to be. I thought at that stage everyone's coming in here because they like what's actually in here at this stage. But if we have a quick look and see what's going on, why aren't they doing the job? I'm going to have to figure out why they're not doing the smoothing job. Doesn't make sense. The undead camel is creeping close to the entrance. Yes. At least we know who let the camel on with being so keen. There we go. Yes. Well, we've still got the next one to do, and I want to get all of them out there. Yeah, I don't know about Adrian. So Adrian's collapsed in the floor here. So let's have a quick look at so that's just inside the hospital zone. So he just made it to the hospital and then was is basically being treated because there's no beds. Now, why aren't these being done? Why can't we do the smoothing? Let's actually just go through warm stone. Actually, where's that? Right, now we know that this is safe. We've got warm stone running underneath everywhere, so I'm going to actually put the warm stone designations off for this particular area. Now we do actually have one zone in there. Why did I click that one? Not sure why I allowed that to be there. That's unusual. If I just go back in, I can then go back through to mark for uninterrupted digging through warm tiles. So I can go warm dig on, so I can actually just allow them to dig in through here, which will actually then have a different sort of designation. I'll just make that into a normal sort of zone. Those as well, those as well. So this will just get through these. All right, that's done. So with those, that should be all fine. So you can see there the pattern of how we've got everything down below established. So that should be fine. In fact, if I just do these as well, just so that we end up with what we require when we do eventually open this one up. They can't get access to this, so it's not as if they can get in here to do this particular mining, but until we're sort of ready for it. There we are. Yes, this is the magma is still creeping through here, so it's coming down through from the volcano. So just creeping into everything. Still need to build this rock wall here. So that's all fine. We're going to need to get wood fairly soon as well. So we do need to get outside. This is Supreme Plague down in here. Just setting up the workshops. So nothing much else we can do through that side. Only got the one hostile at the moment on the map. Klingzog, yep, that's fine. Leave all that there. Seren has become a wrestler. Now we're going to need to, again, just go back up to F2. These, we should be butchering this as well. There should be a thing to take everything back up into this zone in here, which is sort of like a dumping zone. It's interesting, got white sand there. It's interesting to find it sort of this far underground. Anyway, everything has now been sort of allocated, so I'm just going to, there should be any with no jobs, but I've got to figure out why we've got the, why we can't do smoothing. So this is the smoothing rough floors and walls. Everyone should be doing that, but for whatever reason, they're not doing it. So with stone cutters in through there, everyone does this. Really unsure as to what to do about that. The engravers, everyone does that as well. I'll let it go again and just wait and see what actually happens. So let's just unpause. Just see what actually happens in here. So we're now making this bed. Now the copper greaves have been left by one of the units. Okay, so he's grown attached to his copper mace. The bed has been completed. Okay, the Klingzog needs a crutch. Cancels bring crutch, he needs a crutch. So Adrian still can't do anything without the crutch. We still have the one hostile, which is out here. So unless it wanders off, the animals will survive as long as this thing doesn't attack them. So they'll sort of avoid it. They'll run away. It looks like that's one that's fairly close to it. If I open up the gates now, if I open up the gate, will they all run in? I don't really want to be leaving water buffaloes that can also then become undead outside. That's going to be very, very difficult. Seren is a problem because we're just not getting the equipment that he needs. Loads of creeper crawlers too. Yeah, they sort of follow the poultry around, the birds. So this doesn't belong to anyone. Yeah, someone's coming to pick it up. It's a copper warhammer. Yeah, so we've got the copper warhammer. We've got the. So actually, I wonder if that's been taken from anything else. Everything is sort of is okay at this stage. Still got lots of stuff in through there. We've got a bronze shield down through that side. There's lots of stuff in here. Let's just unpause. I better make a crutch, actually. Crutch. Even though we've got minimal wood, but we'll still just make use of it. So now bringing everything back in. We've got two that are very, very angry in the fortress. Now we're getting beds in here, which is good. Got doors, but Adrian's still just sitting there. He should be able to start to hobble around a bit. Have a look and see, still seriously injured. crutch required now. But everything else, if you have a look at the wounds, he's torn a tendon, torn a ligament, has been sutured, so he's now been sort of stitched up. Yeah, so essentially it's just going to take time. But there's no broken bones. If we have broken bones, at the moment we don't have traction benches. So the traction benches you can see are planned, but they're not actually there. To get those built, we need to actually have chain. There we go. We've now got our well has now been established, and it's not in use at this stage. So that will then go down and get the water from the bottom. Now we've also got let's have a quick look at the slabs. So testicles, yeah, these are all been done, and so these have all been established, but we don't have the new guys yet, so we need to get more of those. So we'll allow that to happen as well. And we've still got the one hostile. I really am fairly desperate to get upstairs. Let's just go back into the group here again. If we go to the equipment. And we can see Adrian has now dropped a lot of his stuff. And Serian is trying to get his stuff as well. He does have reserved a copper mail shirt, copper helmet, copper greaves, copper shield, copper battle axe. And he's got the handwear and footwear, 2 assigned items in through there as well. So that's actually, so he's okay. Adrian is now switching over for the better stuff. Business bronze mail shirt, the steel cap, the bronze greaves, bronze shield, and he's keeping. He's got a bronze mace actually. I thought he was attached to his copper mace. So this is actually, so he's actually now taken the better equipment that was actually down there. So he's actually now gone and gotten the best of the equipment. So he's reserved all of that. This is good, actually. So if we have a look back at Serian, because we need to make sure that they're... I could send them all out again, which I'm thinking I will do if that other one doesn't wander away. So Serian, if we go to where Serian actually is, what have you got? Items. Still doesn't have all of the equipment yet. But it has been allocated to him. Okay, if we just go back to the equipment again. If we update equipment here. Yeah, I think that they'll go and pick it up. We don't have a backpack, but we need to get somebody to... okay, this has now all been established. This is good. So we're still trying to build this, and we're trying to get this one happening as well. So Atomic Ant is on the way to sort of just block this area off. Citizen, which is Adrian again. One hostile. Just hovering outside, being a pain in the bum. Here comes the snow. Don't need that, don't need that. Okay, we need to get our metal industry up and running. Let's just go back to, oh, here we go, we've now got miasma. Now, Adrian is back out making nest boxes and things. So we now actually do have, like, the zone has now been dug out. So these things are all going off. I've really got to make sure I've got, like, the right zones selected here. This zone in here, this is a corpses and refuse pile. So we've got really allowing for both. And we're going to end up with miasma through here as well, if we're not careful. So everything's going rotten. That's going to make people even more unhappy. Right, got cameloid there. You know, I think we might send out the military yet again. It's been tagged with a task. As well. So if we have a look at the jobs. It's okay. Got the cage traps, got the beds, traction benches, etc., etc. All right, let's. Everyone's just working away. So what are they doing? Coffers, coffins, doors, tables. That's fine. In here they're doing rock mechanisms. Nothing. Make bed has actually been allocated back into there. Mugs, nest boxes. That's all okay as well. Nothing in the jewelers, which is fine. That stoneworker's got nothing in it as well. Let's just continue on. Adrian is no longer. What's this guy wearing? This is Adrian. He's got. Looks like he's wearing glasses, doesn't it? But he's actually got better equipment. So he's going to be slow moving, but he's healthy again. If you have a look at his health, no health problems, wounds. So left ankle has been sutured, but he's actually now come good. Right, I think it is time, guys, to get the next phase done. So so even with minimal wood, one must soldier on. There we go. Yes, things are saying Friday seems to come around quickly this week. It is because I'm away. So this is our Fortress Friday stream. Right, now we've got miasma sort of blasting away through here. I am going to place the guys outside here. They've had time to rest. We've only got the one hostile on the map. And we need to get the other animals in. So let's go for it. Let's do it. So let's go and set up. I don't want to set them up in the miasma, but I want them all to be together. So I've got Rogue there. Klingzog. Klingzog's nice and close. Adrian now has better equipment, so should be okay. Let's set them up. So we'll go and do another one here. Okay, now Serian doesn't have enough stuff yet. We've got the shield now, got the high boots and the gauntlets. But it's only really, okay, he's going off to pick up equipment. Good on you. Go on and do it. Come back when you're ready. Is he back? Okay, we've got the original three are back. Klingzog, Began. Where's Serian got to? Still picking up equipment. So he's grabbing equipment from in here. Now he's got his helmet on. Okay, this is better. This is better. Now we've got beer. We've got a water skin. We don't actually have food for him, but he's got the copper mail shirt, high boot, left and right foot, gauntlets. Yep, right and left gauntlets, copper helm, copper shield. So he's using and copper mace now. Good. So he's also grabbed a crushing type thing. He's put the axe back down, and is now using the different type of stuff. Right. In this instance, someone's actually dropped their warhammer. So who's swapped over? Klingzog is the hammer dwarf who is using the bismuth bronze. Okay, they've upgraded. They're upgrading as they go. Bismuth bronze chain leggings in through here now as well. So they're picking up the stuff that was there. Right, let's go. We've got the group. We'll just wait for here they come. We've now got all four in position. Time to go. Let's go and kill this thing. So I'll give an attack order straight away, and they can all move up. I'm hoping they all move at the same pace. If they come outside and there's too much distance between them, don't know what we'll do. Let's go for it. Right, up you go again. Phase round 2. Actually, where's it gone? It's over there. Yeah, no, it's still close enough. Still too close. Hang on, I've lost it again. There it is. All right, back outside. It's chasing this thing down, chasing the water buffalo. We don't want it to get to the water buffalo. So we are going to give it the order to attack this, confirm. So its target is now kill the one-humped camel. Here they come. It's now coming back inside. Let's go and unlock the door. make it passable. And we should now start to see the guys come up. Here they come. We'll wait until they come charging outside. Now, who's that on its own? Klingzog. Klingzog, we do have Began right there. Is that going to be too much of a distance? There's a lot that will go on. It's just the two of them. Ugh. Let's give a station order to here. No, too late, too late, too late. Do the attack order. And now we've got even more distance. Klingzog's in trouble. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we'll just watch as they close the gap. And we'll just get rid of all of the messaging in through here. And if we don't, what we don't want to see is blood. So blood is what we don't want to see. Incognito saying, "Wonder if I'm alive or should I be banned?" Saying dwarven doors are magical. They lock and unlock with a thought. No, so we've unlocked it now. But it's only the two of them now. Klingzog is going to have to jump around here. Let's have a quick look and see the differences. So is if we go to military, so this is what it's actually done. It has killed the one camel corpse before. So that's the kills it's got. It's got one zombie weasel and two zombie vultures and one zombie camel hump. One humped camel in Tin Martyr as well. So the uniform is all okay. Squad is okay. If we go to the skills and go to combat, skilled hammer dwarf now level 3. Adequate shield user. It's just adequate dabbling into these other bits and pieces. So hopefully that will be enough to do what we need to do. But just come into us as a skilled hammer dwarf now. So, but which does have now this new Bismuth bronze thing. So we've now saved the animals. We have let the civilians outside. I'm going to allow that to happen. We've got a lot of things to pick up here. So we've got a lot that we need to do. What's that there? That's a vulture corpse right upper leg from when the previous combat had been taking place. We now actually have all these other different animals. So if we go across this, while we're here, we do actually have this cage trap is forbidden. I'm going to allow that to be reset. Cage is forbidden. Go and grab it. We have a camel corpse in there, so pick that up. So we'll let the people go and pick these things up. The trap itself, we're going to allow that to be reset now. So while they're fighting, we'll do whatever we possibly can. We'll grab this, there's another camel corpse inside that one, and we'll unforbid that mechanism. We will resume construction there. Resume construction and resume construction. This cage trap. Actually, we've got a lot of stuff in through here. Glumprong, that one there can be. Yep, that one's okay. Vulture is okay. That can be picked up. That one's okay as well. There's a lot of cages here. We were interrupted while we're doing things in here, so we'll just pick that one up. The cage trap is ready to go. This cage is ready to go as well. And that's all okay. Alright, so I think that sets everything else up. So the cage trap can be reset. And that one is now ready to go as well. So we'll start to bring these in. These will be brought inside the fortress. Come on, where's the others? So we should sort of see, as we sort of do this one, we should see Klingzog should try to get a few hits in, but really going to have to dodge until the others get there. So we're now getting fights already happening. So we've now got, they're now fighting. Let's have a just look at the initial fights. We'll just do it from the camel's perspective. So the camel strikes the hammer dwarf, but the shot is blocked. There we go, hammer dwarf bashes in the upper body, bruising the muscle. So we're hoping that this will be what we currently sort of see with this particular fight, but let's just keep on going here. So it's moving around, more fighting. I'll just keep it going until we start to see any sort of interaction. Jumped out of the way, hitting across, jumping around. You can see how much fighting there is that takes place. So Klingzog has certainly been able to avoid the attacks at this stage. So all of that happened, I was just pressing the full stop. A lot happens in a very, very short period of time. So we've got the it bashes in the head, bruising the muscle, attacks the hammer dwarf, but he jumps away. Bashes again in the lower body, bashes in the head, fracturing the skull. So we've now got a fractured skull with this camel. Kicks the, so it misses and misses, kicks it in the right rear leg, glances away, charges, but he jumps away again. We saw that last jump. Kicks the camel corpse, but the attack glances away, and then he jumps away again at that point. So we'll just keep on going with this. So we'll just keep on waiting until we sort of start to see any sort of interaction. Another jump away. You're still following it through and jumped away again. So a lot of charging. And he's just really got to avoid this until the others arrive. Unfortunately, it's only Began coming. They happen to be lovers too. I'm just looking at the sheets that they've got. Jumped away again. There'll be shots going in. There'll be a lot of shots going in here. So come on. Come on, Klingzog. Get more shots in if you can. Where's the others? The other two just aren't around. I've pretty screwed this up a bit. Began's still a long way away. Let's have a look and see what's happening through here. Again, we've got heaps and heaps of stuff. So just jumping away, misses, attacks, but he jumps. So you can see how good the dodge ability is really important for dwarves. And so this actually allows them to survive. This is why we needed that space around that central staircase. If I had have put them into a fight in such a closed environment, they wouldn't have been able to dodge. So now in the future, we'll be able to go and wait on the staircase for this sort of stuff, and then deal with it at that point. Yeah. So anyway, charges, jumps away. So. We've hit it a few different times, so we're getting strikes in, but we need to get these. We need all of them in here to help with this particular fight. Let's just keep it going. Again, what we don't want to see it's going to take one miss by Klingzog, and once we start to see any sort of blood and not jumping away, we're then going to have problems. Here comes Began. Began will be able to push the camel around a little bit with the spear. Still jumping. Here comes the others now. But Adrian's going to be probably limping a bit. Began, what are you doing way up there? This is where the camel is now on the ground. Okay, so something has happened to the camel. So let's have a look and see what actually happens here. Yeah, so we're hitting the legs. Like different animals have got different characteristics, like height and stuff like that. And so the dwarves are short, the camel's large. They can still try to get shots in on the head, but now that it's on the ground, yeah, the one camel. So this is actually, it hits the right foot, chipping the bone, twists the front leg, and he's been chipping the legs all the way through. It does actually get one hit on the head again in through here, but this is now on the ground. It misses the hammer dwarf. If it's on the ground and stays on the ground, it makes it so much easier for everyone else then to have a crack at it. So Klingzog has just been working away. Klingzog is still healthy. There's no problem. He's not. We look for tired, like if they become tired. So anyway, that's actually fine. So Klingzog's just still in there. Let's just keep it going. And we shouldn't be jumping away too much now because, there we go, Began's now going to get involved. So no blood, which is great. There we go, some muscle signs. I'm not sure what that means. Just go to thoughts. No, nothing there. It's a zombie, of course. What's Began's thoughts? Terrified, annoyed while being caught in a snowstorm, horrified being attacked by the dead. Okay, so vengeful after seeing the conflict as well. So there's a lot of different thoughts in through here. Here comes Serion, still a long way behind the others. All right, so the camel is still on the ground. Klingzog is fine. Let's just keep it going again. You got one good bash with that bismuth bronze hammer. Snow is still falling. Still on the ground. Just keep it going until they actually get the kill. So I'm just pressing full stop after full stop. Siren has to get used to fighting the undead. There he goes. It's crawled across to here now. So Klingzog's still healthy, and this is a much better attack going in now. Began, let's have a look at Began's skills. Skilled, so he's level 3 as well with the spears in through here. Has Klingzog picked up anything else? No, still only skilled hammer dwarf in through there. Unfortunately, Serion it won't have anywhere near the sort of skills. Yeah, just novice army user. So really, just has to learn the ropes. So he is probably the one most likely to get killed. Spring Plague is saying hi all, and it's also Dwarf Fortress Friday on a Tuesday. Yes, it is. It's I'm not going to be here for Friday, so I thought I'd actually do the Fortress Friday on Tuesday. I should actually put that in the title, shouldn't I? Really, just so that the people actually understand why we're doing it today. But I'll be away on Friday, so I thought and I'm away for the rest of this week actually. So I thought I'd better do it now. So we've got more attacks going in. Not seeing any blood happen. I'm just pressing the full stop, so we're just going tick by tick in through here. I would like to get Serion to get a few hits in before it finishes, but I'm thinking that with it on the ground like this, it really can't do much. Let's have a quick look at the. We're seeing that there's now a lot more shots going in with both Began and Klingzog. They're smashing at its head, trying to sort of break the head open. It was Klingzog who got the killing blow in last time, so it's trying to strike out at them, but we're just blocking it easily with the copper shield. Just a simple parry. While all that's happening, because this now looks to be a very safe battle, so I'm going to thanks to the guys. So here comes finally Adrian. Is finally making it out the top. What we're going to be wanting to do is to bring in those animals that were outside. Here we go. We've got Atomic Ant is heading on outside to pick up equipment. So we've got all this equipment down in here that is actually, where was it? Here. All this stuff. Now this is, I don't think this won't be, it's actually not, like this can be just picked up. So we actually have another yak in through there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and designate, I'm just going to go down to the bottom of the fortress, which is this one in here, and go to this zone, and go to the zone in through here, and just tell it to go and place in the various, select the animals to be placed in here. So we have a stray yak cow. We're going to place that one in there. So we'll go and grab that one from outside. We have the stray water buffalo bull. We'll bring that one in from outside as well. So we've got a lot of things that have sort of been allocated. Actually, the turkey hens aren't there. Now that's I'll bring the bunny down and the stray donkey foal, which was outside as well. So I'll bring all of that down into this area. Of course, not the undead. We'll leave the undead where they are. So that's so we can then end up with a bit more of a menagerie back into this other area. And again, we just have to keep a bit of a look to see how much of the ground cover that they're eating. At this stage, it's actually not too bad. But as we bring more and more animals down, they'll just chomp through more and more of the ground. It will grow over the top of itself again, but we just have to be a bit mindful of that. All right, let's go back up the top again. Actually, let's go down the bottom of the fortress, and we might set up a few. If we go to F6 and then having a look, and I'm just trying to see where that's as deep as it goes actually. As we come back up, actually, where's the magma? Magma's deeper. Yeah, okay, we've got a bit of a choke point there with the others. This is actually where we want the magma. We now actually have this here, the magma smelter, and we really need to be getting a lot of equipment, a lot of things into this. So I'm going to actually, I probably should have used the layer above it to in a better way. We've got all this different tetrahedrite and stuff like this. So I'm going to go and add in work. Like, there's no point having leftover metals, so I might as well just, any metal we can get, let's just melt it. Now, if we have a look at the actual, the ores that we have, I think if we just type in ore, that should, no, that's not it. Tetrahedrite. Yes, this is coming through as stones. So if we have a look at actual stones and not filter by it, we can then at least see what we've actually got. So if we backspace that one, but then go down to stones. Oops, hang on, where are we? Come on. Stones, there. And we can have a bit of a look to see what we end up having. So we've got shale, claystone, limestone, chert, chalk, granite, diorite, gabbro, malachite. Is that an ore? Yeah, that's an ore. So malachite we can certainly make use of. Bituminous coal we don't need, so I'll close that one. Tetrahedrite. So anything that looks like that means that we've got a that will actually then work. So malachite, tetrahedrite, jet we don't need, microline we don't need. Clay, we've got some clay. I think that's from they brought the clay, fire clay as well. We don't need that. Right, so all we've got at the moment is malachite and tetrahedrite. So unfortunately nothing else. Yeah, none of the other ones are metallic. So we're going to have to, let's just go to the malachite back and through this other side and just have a look to see. This is copper, an ore of copper. So we've got malachite and we have tetrahedrite. It's the only things we can actually then go and make. So let's just go down to the bottom of the fortress yet again. And I should actually make this one into like F8 at this location here. So we'll go and do F8. We'll just go and yeah. So we'll just go to H. And scroll down. We'll go to F8. This will be the forges, and we center on that one there. So just using the F8, so I can come back down into here. In this one here, we're going to, well, I can either add a new task and then make it into a work order, or I can just make it into a work order. So I'm just going to go into work orders, and I can actually bring in, I can import the all of the metalworking stuff if I wanted to, which I could do if I import the basic furnace stuff, you know, or smelting. But I think I'll just do it manually for now, and then we'll figure it out. So let's just go across and add a new work order. And so if we just go down to the smelter, that's what we have. And so we need to go and smelt malachite. And we'll add another one. To go down to the smelter, and then smelt. Where was it? Tetrahedrite is what we end up having through there. So we've got all sorts of other different things in through here as well that we could actually then go and do, but tetrahedrite in through there. So we want to sort of start to get like tetrahedrite will give us silver and lead, I think. So we'll end up with different lead bars, different sort of bars, sorry, all the way through. Now if we go to the bottom of the list, we then have the malachite and tetrahedrite. And what we're just going to do through here is I'm going to set them up to do smelt it at a time. I think I'll just change it to one at a time. So we'll just do it bit by bit. And we're going to then change the parameters. So smelt malachite ore, if the amount of malachite is at least. So I'll go yeah, I'll go at least. Actually, I'll do it at least one. Just change the number so that we only, like, if we've got it, we smelt it. We don't need the actual ore, I don't think. Or maybe I'll make it 2, just in case we need it for crafting, or even 3. Let's just go. If we've got 3 of them, don't do it. So if it's at least 3, smelt it. So we've got that one through there. We don't need the refined coal because we're using magma. So bituminous coal can be then used to make the refined coal, but we don't need to go that way. So that one's done. So we'll do the same one again for tetrahedrite. If the amount of tetrahedrite is 3, is at least 3, and so it will then. So somebody will just come down and start to smelt away. So we've got that one established. Let's now go and build a another area for. So we've got the smelting. Now we could end up with 2 smelters if we needed to, and I'm thinking of using the other side for smelting if I need to as well. Still one time. Oh, they are. No, that should be. That's now not. That is now a continuous order. So this one does now have conditions. So as soon as you put conditions in, it's a it becomes a like an order that just keeps on rolling through. That's all correct. So I was saying it's copper. It's all copper. That'll still be okay. We can still do a lot with copper. Right, so we've got that one done. Let's now go and dig another hole in the ground here. And so we've got the smelter. I'll start to build the other things that we require down in here. So we have a few different things that we're going to need. Now we're going to need to ultimately bring in rock. Like we've got a lot of tetrahedrite on this particular layer, which is actually fairly cool. I could actually dig all this out as well. I might just do that because I've found it. So what we can do here is I can just go into my auto mining. I'll just turn that one off. And I think what I'll do is actually dig out all of the tetrahedrite on this layer. So let's go across and open this one up. So we actually then have an auto mine. So dig only ore and gems, and auto mine any ore and gems of the same type which are uncovered. So we're going to go and click onto auto. We do actually have dig only ore and gems, so we actually have different ways of doing things. But if I go into auto mode and then just click on that one through there, it will then try to find all the ores that are connected this way. I'll just do these as well. So we'll just go and grab all of these. Not seeing anything else. What about on this layer? So we've got tetrahedrite there. What I have to be careful of on this sort of layer, and I might as well do it here, is I do have to be careful of the borders in through this other side. So if I do that, it's going to then start digging out, but there's a very good chance we're going to hit everything else around it. So I'm going to have to be mindful of that and block it off. I'll allow that to happen though, for now. And then we'll just try to sort of manage it a bit more safely over time. But this is now going to become a bit of a problem potentially. There is a way of fixing that up. I think I can do it by doing a. If I go back to all again, and I think if I box it in, I think that works. Where we're going to haul the bars back up. I'm going to keep the bars down in here. And I do need to, let's mine it out and see what we end up getting. And I'll allow them to keep on walking, like working their way around. The bars initially I'll just store somewhere down below. And these as well, I should really be bringing these down. These are going to be, they're going to be sort of fairly weighty. This would be a good layer for digging out. I might actually even just do a normal dig zone out to the side here as a as storage. If we have a look at that, I can then just do a staircase from there to there as well. I probably should have really dug a staircase up into these other zones as well, sort of halfway through. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll end up with a we'll dig down in here as well. Just do a channel. So I'll dig different channels into these. Once they're dug, we'll then put in something else as well. Now, fire snakes and things can still come out through here. They can make their way through the through this wall grate. But yeah, it should be okay once we sort of get that one done. All right, let's allow that to happen, and then we'll come back and check on that if we remember, which probably won't, because there's a lot of tetrahedrite down through here. Yeah, so tetrahedrite is copper and silver. There we go. Yep. So a little bit of silver, a lot of copper. So we'll allow that to happen. we'll go back up and watch what else is happening. Is there anything else we needed to do? The horse was the other thing we wanted to try to have a look at. That horse has made its way off the map. What, you can train these? I didn't think you could train the undead, but anyway, looks like you can try if you wanted to. Okay, the horse is now gone. Pets and livestock, I don't think that will be considered a pet or livestock. Yep, that's okay. Palisar's got the pet bunny. Okay, so we've got all those done. All right, back up the top again. So we'll just keep on watching this. They should finish it off. There we go. So who got the killing blow? If you have a look to see, Klingzog is now tired after all that fighting. So he did a lot of jumping around and bashes one humps in the head, and injured part is crushed. So again, Klingzog to the rescue with the hammer. So done a great job here. All right, so that's now no longer a mission that this is required. So we just go no special orders, and off they go again. So they'll just go back to their normal mission, and they are done. Their day is done, so they can go back to just normal work. And we now just have to keep an eye on anything that's nasty that might come in. There we go. We're building these cage traps, which are really important. Here comes the livestock. This is awesome. One hostile. Here we go. Great horned owl corpse. Now this isn't a giant horned owl corpse. This is only a great horned owl, which has come in. I'll just keep an eye on it. There's the little foal is still over through here. I'm going to tell the guys to go and kill this as well. So taking the foal, so it will be above. Foal is freaked out. It'll keep on running away. But our guys should be able to make it down there to kill it off. Actually, while we're up here, let's go and also chop down some wood. Is there any wood close by? There's one. Klingzog's lying around outside after doing such hard work. Glumprong tree there as well. We'll just grab those. Just bring more wood in if we can. Don't have very much wood out here. Oh, that's interesting. Caper bush, caper leaves. I won't process any of the plants that are outside. Now, do we start to build the outside yet? I don't know if we do. Let's just watch what actually. No, I won't even bother watching that one. We do actually have. Yeah, that one's just going to keep on running away. Siege engineer. Yep, become a wrestler. That's fine. Where am I? Okay, got the yak inside. The other yak has been brought in. Here comes Syrian. Syrian should be able to take that owl without too much trouble. Who's that? Klingzog! You can see the difference between somebody who is not very good at using armor to somebody who is. Klingzog is just smashing his way through to go and take out this hostile. The foal has been cornered. It's now freaked out, but it's still healthy. Yep, it's very agile. So the guys will come and smash this one. Oh, here comes Began. Began's actually there as well. Going to try to round this thing up if they can. Here comes Klingzog rolling his way through. Here we go. Now we've got the attacks Yeah, we're going to get different attacks. I won't bother pausing this one because that's over and done with extremely fast. So it happened very, very quickly. So that was Klingzog again with another kill. God, Klingzog is absolutely smashing this. So so the Hammer Dwarf actually charged the Owl Corpse. It smashed it. How much did go on there? Bashes it again. It actually charged at the Hammer Dwarf. So there's a bit that went on there, like a bit of fighting went on. But yeah, so this is the Owl Corpse all the way through here. Then just crushes the head yet again. Simple, simple, simple. So yeah, that's all done. Yeah, so they're now, their job is now done. They'll go back inside and start to work on other things. Do we start this yet? Ultimately, this is going to be a completely different region. I think I might start, you know, just to we're going to make this out of glass. Why don't we make the first layer? Oh, do we want to make it out of glass? Yeah, we do, because that was actually what we decided to do. These have still got the corpses in through here. Have they got the corpses in here? No, they've taken the corpse out from that. Have they? They haven't done anything there. Have they used it in the butcher's shop? Let's go to the butcher's shop and see what they've done. No, there's nothing in the butcher's shop. Nothing. No, we're not tanning anything. The kitchen, we're making biscuits and things. You'd empty cage traps and so on and so forth. That cage there doesn't have a cage. Sorry, that cage trap that isn't set yet. I'm just going to forbid these. And up top, we need to do that as well. Just forbid the traps that are set. That one doesn't have a cage on it yet. Yeah, so none of these have been set. They've just been built, but not actually set. That one is set. So we'll have to keep on building more cages. Now the cages can only be built out of either metal, which again copper is going to be ideal for that. So once we start to smelt the bars, okay, let's go down in the bottom here to this level here. So we're now digging out all of this. Still need to dig the bottom bit in through there. Yeah, so somebody will come back down this way. So Supreme Plague is still actually sort of working away this side. Hang on, 6 hostiles. Oh no. Oh no, here they all come again. Damn it. So we've got 6 dingo corpses. But these aren't going to be anywhere near as bad as camels. Nowhere near as bad. But having said that, we're going to need to deal with this as well. So Vita's saying spooky howl. There we go. Skinner's saying, I'm not overly paying attention today, so I just heard my name like, oh my god, what did I do? Yes, you've done a really good job. You've actually killed everything today. Like it's been your day. So I guess what do we do? Do we send a military out against 6 of these guys, or do we let's monitor them and just let's let everyone sort of do their stuff. These will move fast, but they're nowhere near as big as they're not giant or anything like that. So they're this is why you don't want to be playing in a terrifying biome. Otherwise, these would be giant dingo corpses, which would be like massive. So I'll have to watch the VOD and be more alert and bask in my glory. Well, I'm thinking of sending out the military yet again to these guys. If they get too close, oh my god, maybe not. Maybe not. We now have 12 hostiles on the map. Let's just make sure it's all just these guys. Yep, it's a whole lot of them. Alright, if they get too close, we'll then rush inside again. So let's just allow we'll just keep an eye on these. if they sense anything living. I'm really, actually, in hindsight now, I'm really glad that we went outside and brought in the animals. Is that foal inside yet? Is that the one? The donkey foal? Was it a mule foal? Was it a stray mule foal? Let's have a look and see what the others are, what else we've got. The donkey foal, it's this one here. She's still outside. It's way over here. Come on, someone go and grab it. It's supposed to be on that in that bottom layer. F6. I might make this area a little bit bigger, actually, just to accommodate them. A stray donkey foal has been placed, has been designated to come into this zone. Someone's going to have to go out and get it. Yeah, okay, we'll just see how we go with that one there. We'll just go to, we'll just go and repaint this area a little bit. Could even go a bit further out this way as well. To go right up to the limits there. All right, that'll do for them, I guess. Just gives them more stuff that they can then go and eat. So we've brought in most of the stuff actually now that was outside. We do have a yak calf, which is male. We have a female yak cow, which is good, so we can end up with baby yaks. We have a stray goat kid. We have a male and female horse, which is why they've got the foal. That's another male foal. We'll probably end up butchering that. The water buffalo, we do need to get leather fairly soon. We've got a male water buffalo there. We'll butcher that as well fairly soon. I just want to make sure that I've got my military sort of ready to do things if we do that. If we go and do that. All right, let's go back up, and we still need to go to F1. This is the most important area for the cage traps. And then I think even some of these areas would be nice to have some cage traps in as well. But don't know where that camel corpse is that was there. Let's make sure it's not accidentally placed in here. Cameloid is going to have to prepare an easy meal. Loading cage trap, good. This is where we build the cages. Yeah, we've got nothing else we can do, so we've sort of run out of... Oh, there's the crutch that was made specifically for Adrian, but he doesn't need it anymore. Yeah, so with the 12 hostiles again, I think we'll just keep an eye on them, because if they move in, we'll then get... they're rushing off every so often. There's bits and pieces of them moving in. It's a bit risky because these move fast. They're much faster than the others. There's Adrian out there, just setting that cage trap now. We have Elephant Man is still going back in to grab items from over in here somewhere. Where is it? It's around here somewhere, I think. Yeah, it was right there. There we go. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but I think I'm going to have to stop them from going out there fairly soon. Did they get any of the wood as well? No, they didn't. The wood is still designated for chopping. F1, let's just go back to here again and just watch and see if these get too close. They sense you at a certain range, I forget what the range actually is. I think it's like about 12 or 15 hexes. So as long as they hover around this area, we're sort of okay. So I'm just on the right hand side of the map. They seem to be moving down. They're working as a pack of undead dingoes. Now, if it was the original 6, I would be tempted to take them on, but not 12. So you can drop the items from below and seal it up. Yes, we can. Yeah, so we can do that. So Ringatang saying, I didn't realise you were streaming today. Is this Dwarf Fortress Friday for while you're away? Yes, it is. Yeah. So I thought I wasn't going to do it, and then I just thought when I woke up, I thought, oh, look, I might as well do it. That way, at least I've got another recording for YouTube. You know, like for putting that up for the following week, and that way at least we sort of keep on going, because we left it at a real cliffhanger last time. So this is actually, but we'll just keep on watching these dingoes. Where are they going? They're sort of all congregating around each other. Just keep on watching. If any of them become isolated, we may go and kill them. Yeah, they're not really encroaching in. It's just giving us a bit of time. It's if they split off into different packs that we have to be a bit concerned. They're still on that. See how they're now a fair way up into the north. They're not moving across anywhere close to where we are. Let's just go back and have a look at at what we're doing in here. These haven't been set. That one has been set, so we can lock that one down. We still actually have camels in these cages. We need to really set these. It's very, very, very important that we get that one established. Still got miasma pumping away in through here. Yeah, so then we've got 3 that are really unhappy. We might have a look to see who they are. Sev, the armourer, a voodoo dog, the woodcutter, and Adrian Sotier, the militia commander. Unhappy, I think, because of the injuries. That would be the problem there. And unfortunately, nobody is really doing any. No one's smoothing anything. They're all working, which is actually important. One thing we're going to do, F8. Let's go down to F8 and work that area through here. Just double check what's going on in this side. I will actually go and chop that out and that out, and allow them to sort of just do what they're doing. So oh, here we go. We've now got this is now opened right up, and so we don't. This is what we don't want to have happen. So we're going to stop this now from being mined, and we now need to block this off, this area. While we're here, though, we do actually have the ability to maybe get some wood. We don't have any hostiles down in this area of the map. If we just have a bit of a look, all the 12 hostiles are still at the top. So let's take our opportunity here and chop stuff down. Get rid of that. That. How far up does it go? Yeah, these then become quite big. You know, I think I'm almost tempted to try to stay out here for as long as I possibly can. Just go to town with this. That's the same. No, that's a different water. Well, that's interesting, actually, to find the water here, because this one may go off the map. This now is going to, now we're going to have all sorts of things actually happen here. I think while this is safe, let's make use of this as much as we possibly can. And put a door in here. So, okay, Crunch has redeemed our name. We don't actually have any left at this stage, but there'll be more coming soonish, I would think, with what's actually going on. So we've dug our way out to there. I can place a I'll place a door. I'll just go and get a piece of construction. Actually, if we go and if I make the door here, or actually I can just I can make the door anywhere down in here really. No, actually I'll place it there. So if I just go in and just put a bit of go to constructions, go to walls, and we'll just make this one out of chert, which is close, and then we'll put a door in there as well. Now, door is not. Oh, hang on, make a door first. We need to go and make one. So these will be queued up for doing different things, but we'll just go across and go to doors, and we'll just go to the planner and just place one there. So that will eventually have a door there. But getting the wood cutting, I'm thinking because it's so urgent, I'm going to go back to my my labour menu, go to the woodcutters, and essentially make it so that Rogue only does that at this stage. So get all that stuff chopped down, because we do need to get that wood in before anything dangerous appears down in here. This is a very risky position we're now in down in this stage, but that'll be okay. Let's just leave that where that is. All right, go back up the top, F1, and we just have to keep an eye on these dingoes. And moving across now, maybe getting a little bit too close for comfort. Where's the others? It's not too bad. They're making their way right across now. All right, now they are too close. If we just go to F1, so we're here, and they're literally just here now. Yeah, sorry, they're just there. So they're now way too close for comfort. So it's time to lock in everyone. Yeah, I would have hoped we had a few more of these established before we did this. Okay, we've now got Sev the armourer is back outside. He's grumpy, hauling a copper wheelbarrow. Let's bring him inside. Is anyone else down this way? Oh, this has now been designated for chopping. Let's go and clear that. We won't worry about the outside stuff anymore. It's now too dangerous. I forget what else we had designated for. There's still some wood outside, but it's now a bit too dangerous outside for chopping wood. So we're not going to do it. I thought there was one over here that we had designated as well. Maybe not. Right, let's just go back to the middle here. Who else is outside? So we've got Sev is outside. Is you the only one? No. Atomic Ant is hauling a goblin cap barrel. Do you have it in your... Yep, so you've got this one here. Alright, well, it's a fair way away. Let's go and repaint our burrows, and we'll call everyone inside with the burrows now. So we'll just go down to F8 again, just go up that one layer, and just go to the burrow system, and we do want to now just repaint the burrows into this safe zone. We're going to make all of this into safe zone. I'm going to actually allocate all of this as safe zone as well for now, and then we'll that way at least we can then sort of do what we have to do in here. Now we do actually have areas that go up. I'm not going to worry about anything happening in here too much, but I just got to remember that I've got to bring this one back, I think I was saying, do you go over burrows in your fun tutorial? I've lost a fort. I don't understand burrows, and I figured out they'll be essential in fun biomes to keep your dwarves out. Yes, they are. So I'm letting them go into certain areas, and so I'm managing that through the burrow system. But they don't immediately. They do their job, and then they come back into the burrows. So I can just sort of go and allocate burrows out to here, for example. But this is actually a very dangerous position that we're in, so I may have to go and change. They'll only sort of walk where the burrows actually are. Like you set up. I'll go through how to do it. That's all going to be fine. Actually, we've got this as well now. We've actually sort of allocated those, which we're going to have to block this off as well. So the burrows, just make sure that we've got that whole area designated with burrows, which they are, which is fine. That's not a burrow that we require, so I'm going to now go and erase this one. That was while we were building it. We needed to give them access to the build area of that one. But then we go down until we don't need to go further down. There's nothing else down the bottom there for us. I don't think we found any other metals. If we did find metals though, that could be interesting. I'll just go and accept where we are. Yeah, that's only diorite, so it's not going to be anything. We do need to try to find other metals though. Actually, here we go. We're now getting zones in through here picked up, which is good. We have this established now, so we now have access into this area, which is also good. We'll leave that one where that is. I want to pick up these. So I won't block this off, because anything that comes here is going to have to fly across the, or crawl down from the top here, across the lava. So I'm not thinking, until we actually get more than 12 hostiles, I think we'll sort of deal with that one. Yeah, so the process of actually having, like again, it's so much easier if you are using the DF hack system. The DF hack actually really does this, makes this so much easier than the base game. So if you're not using DF hack, do yourself a favour and grab it, because it makes using burrows heaps easier. So the burrows, you basically paint the burrows in. So you create a new burrow, you designate what it looks like. I just called this one safe zone, just so I know what it's actually for. And all I then do is I just make sure I paint the areas that where the dwarves are allowed to move. So if I go back up the top at F1, and if I press the burrow system, it's not going to show there. The only place it shows, it starts here. When we get into the actual fortress, it doesn't allow. I don't allow them into there. I'm not allowing them into there. So this essentially, they're allowed to go anywhere inside. So I've had to paint the whole burrows system as we sort of go down through the fortress, and so this is the areas that they're allowed into. And as we sort of then keep on going down, so I've sort of allocated areas where anything I want to build, I should be able to then build all the way down. And so I've allocated the areas. This is the farming area. That's a little bit more of the farming area. Again, just allowing them to go down the staircase until they actually hit the this layer through here. This is all accessible to them, so they can sort of do things in through this other side as well. And then they're not allowed any further than that. But I did now allocate them to be able to go outside so they can chop the wood. All I'll then do is, once they've chopped the wood down, is actually remove that burrow and actually then sort of stop it from here. So allow them to sort of maneuver around a little bit, but not too much. So that's the burrow set up. And then when you actually have your squad set up, if you go and click on squads, you then actually have a civilian alert, which you can then activate when the squads come in. This is again through DF hack. And you can then set up the actual, what you're going to have through here. And so you need to choose the burrows where you want your civilians to hide during danger. And so the burrows will then appear, and you see it's got a little tick next to it. If I click that one, it unticks it, but if I tick that one, I can then do the civilian alert. And so with that one selected, I can now just tell the dwarves that's where you're allowed to go. And so we now ring the bell, and if we go back up top here and have a look at these two, like if I ring the bell, they're going to continue with their current mission. So he's actually still hauling back the copper wheelbarrow, and this one is now coming back, but still hauling the goblin cap barrel. Now, if it becomes dangerous, where their movement, she's moving pretty fast with that, he's moving slowly with the wheelbarrow. They're not close enough to be a threat just yet. So she's past him. He's now inside. At this point, I can actually go and allow them to essentially now lock this, because I don't think there's anyone else outside. If I lock it, that means that the undead can't get in. Some things can break open these things, but in this case we can't. So if I just do that, if anyone was trapped outside, it would tell me. So we've got that one done. That's fine. What else have we got? We've struck diamonds. Okay, we're now smelting malachite and tetrahedrite. This is good stuff. So let's go down the bottom here now. Now that we've actually done that, we're now secure again. I could now just release my... Yeah, so they got pretty close in the end. So we just had to manage where they were. Unfortunately, we don't have these traps set up properly yet, which is a bit of an issue. Would have been really cool to actually have caught these as well. Yeah, we're going to need to do even more traps. So yeah, so yeah, to stop them from doing what they're doing, you can actually forbid what they're carrying, and then just release it. Then they'll just come straight back inside. Yeah, so don't have to paint a barriers. You have to actually assign it to all your dwarves. No, it's automatic. So the civilian alert is for that zone. So when you're using this one, it's all civilians. So I can clear the civilian alert whenever I feel like it, or Control D. All clear civilians return to normal, because they can't go outside now. So I can actually just go and clear that alert, which allows them to just go wherever they feel like. Should we do that now? Might as well. So I can actually just set these alerts up in this sort of way. So that's actually that's where they are. I don't know what happens if I've got two. If I can set two burrows up. I haven't tried that. Anyway, let's just right click and remove that one. And so at this stage, these dingoes can't break through, so they're just going to be wandering around outside now. But unfortunately, it does stop us from getting all the stuff that was out here. So we now have still a lot of equipment just sitting around in the snow. So heaps of stuff. Actually, it's not this, we've got a fair bit in there, but there is a lot out there that we do want to go and grab. Okay, yeah. So with what they're bringing in, like if we go back to Sev, for example. Actually, I don't know where Sev is. Here he is. So he's still hauling the copper wheelbarrow. I can go to the items that he's carrying. I can go to the copper wheelbarrow, and I can then go and forbid it. So at the moment it's got a task, but I can actually just go and lock it, which means he'll drop it, and then I can unlock it again when I feel like it. But in this case, that's all okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to go still through... Oh, are you happening to be making... Oh, fantastic. They're actually finally doing it. Okay, well, that's great. That's great news. We've got beds in a lot of the in a lot of this now, which is great as well. So that's all done. Okay, I think we're sort of getting functional there. Let's go into here and now start to make a cloth industry. So yeah, we'll make a clothing industry off the other side here. Just mirror it. I should set up not burrows. I should set up the various things that we require for the stockpiles. But I'll do that. I'll do that afterwards. Yeah, okay, this is cool. They're now starting to smooth all this out, which is great. I want this smooth before we do much else. Bedrooms we'll come back to. The farm is still working well. That's fine where that is. Got a good number of seeds, food and drink now, which is great. Come back down to the bottom layer there. There's a wheelbarrow that someone's dropped. I know maybe Valasar may be using this. If we have a look and see, possibly storing item in a stockpile. If we look at the items, oh no, just a bracelet. Not sure why they're being built down here in this zone. So we have this area down through here. Now, one thing we wanted to do was actually have a sand, like start to make glass blocks. So I might set that up down in here. I think that'll be okay. And so if we go into the workshops, and we go into the, we've got Magma Forge, which is going to be just a forge, which I want to place them in around here as well, probably there. Ultimately, I might just do another drop down, just a channel through. We've got the channel going all the way through there, so we'll just go and position that one there. And so with the furnace in through this other side, if we just go across into our workshops, now we've got the furnaces in through this other side. Now we've got different magma, so we've got a magma furnace, a magma kiln, a magma glass furnace, and magma smelter are the ones we actually want. So glass furnace requires, doesn't use magma, but this one does. And so the magma glass furnace is the one that we want. And so if I just go across and position that one through there. So I'm actually going to hide the planner. And we need to use magma safe materials, which I think chert is fine for that. All right, so we've got that one through there. So chert is one of the magma safe materials. So we've got that one established. Until these are actually dug down, we're not going to be able to do much. And if we have a bit of a look at the smelter, we should find that there's blocks in through here, I think. Not sure whether the blocks may be being placed up the top. Here we go. Now, to get the glass smelter working, we need to have a glass area. Now, what is happening through here? It's going to attach to a copper spear. Okay. Need empty cage traps. Make rock doors. Milk animal has been completed. You know, actually, what I should have done is actually a metal smelter, but I want to get that close to the bars. We might spend a bit of time just fixing up all the stockpiles fairly soon. There we go, there we go, there we go. So he's now sort of working his way through. That's now all done. Let's have a look up the top through here. Yeah, we're now chopping down the trees. This will be good for us. Yeah, good stuff. So we need to get those inside as well. There's a lot of work for the dwarves to do. This ultimately be where we sort of store a lot of the stuff that we then use for the smelting, and so we'll come back for that one. But I want to build a few forges in here. So we'll go across. We go to workshops, magma forge, and so forge weapons, armor here, as well as most other metal objects. So I'm going to be making a few of these. So I'll place one of them in there, and we only have one iron anvil. And we need to make it out of this as well. So I don't actually have any more iron anvils just yet. I won't worry about using a kiln at this stage. We'll just keep on going with this. We'll just keep on mining, auto mining the tetrahedrite. I would love to find iron. I know that there's iron here somewhere. Oh, here we go. It's now early winter. The first year, we're only playing. We're still in the first year of the game. Isn't that incredible? Like, we've had so much happen, so much death and destruction. It's been a very rich and vibrant start to the fortress. Wait for this to save. Now, with the smelter, we've got a lot that we need to do with the smelter once this is built. Actually, it's still not built yet. We've only got one anvil, I believe. One iron anvil, which is right there. There may be one outside, but I don't know if there will be. And we need to find iron. There's malachite there. So we need to actually create the anvil out of iron. Just looking for any other source of metal. Not seeing anything. Otherwise it would show up actually. We would have come across it. So we might have to dig deeper. down to there. And we just dig further down. This is where we found the magma sea. And then we did actually sort of end up finding, like, there's magma sea through there. And we have to be very careful of this sort of area where it's surrounded by diamond clusters and things. It's a hole that goes all the way down to hell. So that's actually something that we want to avoid. We do have semi-molten rock in through there. We do have kimberlite back in this other side. So the safest way for us to go down below would be to avoid that area entirely and move across to an area that's dark all the way through. So if we sort of have a bit of a look around in these different zones. You just need to keep on finding an area where we can hopefully find iron, but I don't think we're going to find it this far down. Oh, hematite. Hematite. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is exactly what we're looking for. So hematite is an iron product. So let's go and actually mine that as well. So we just go into auto mining and do that. Now it won't cut into the rock, into the hot rock. But is there hot below it? We don't know. Can we get to that? Yeah, we can actually get there. Let's do that because I'm surprised to find that this deep down. And that makes me think that maybe there's going to be a lot more iron deeper as we dig deeper into the actual surface. And we're still actually above sea level. We're on like a big mound, almost like just a high point on the map. Yeah, so maybe once we get past this magma, I mean the magma is going to be all over the place. We have to be we're going to sort of find a spot down, but this is actually fairly good. Let's just leave that one where that is. Winter is upon us. Make a bed. Yep, that's completed. Easy meals are done as well. That's fine. We're going to get a lot of those cage traps. We're no longer have to worry about the 12. If we get more than 12, we're then going to have to make sure that we really do block off the bottom of the fortress. Let's just unpause. You didn't look where the tiger iron was. Alright, the glass smelter is now done. So if we add a new task, what we need to do is we need to then open up to like with green glass, we need to collect sand is actually the first thing we need to do. So we need to have a sand collection area. Now we did actually find fairly high up in the, fairly deep in the fortress, there was actually a sand area, but we also found sand on the ground in here somewhere. Where was it? If we go up to F6, this is sand here. So we've got a white sand cavern floor, which makes me think if we dug down into it, there may be sand there. If we sort of just go further down, let's just have a bit of a think about that. I'm not seeing it. Maybe not. It might just be smatterings of it. But this is sort of opening itself up with sand in here. I mean, normally you'd see like rock. It may just be like a sand pit that the animals are eating on top of. There's under lichen there. Let's go back up the top, F1. So we know that we've got sand here, and then so we've got sand in that location. Then we've got sand on that wall. So this is actually that's not going to be all that helpful. I thought it was deeper than that. Look, in that case, what we'll do is we'll just go back up the top here. This one will fill in, but we can actually just go and use this wall here to collect sand if we have to. So let's go and do exactly that. We'll just go and create a zone, and so this will be a where is it? Sand. So your citizens will fill sandbags at this zone. If a sandy floor or sandy wall is included, this task is initiated manually at the glass furnace. So I'm tempted to actually do it down down below, near where we need it. If we could find sand down there. Yeah, let's go back to F6. The fact that we've got a sandy floor is interesting. Let's go and dig down in here. Not sure how long that will take, but we'll have a bit of a look at that one. So Silas is saying you could just put a floor grate over the sand in the cavern layer and fungus wouldn't grow over it. That's true. It's true. Can you still use that as a sand pit? I guess you could, couldn't you? I'll just see though if we can actually make it a bit of a bigger area. Going off to milk animals and stuff or shear them. Okay, they're not coming down. I'll come back for that. Actually, this is on this layer. We've got hematite as well. And on this layer. Okay, there's lots of it here. So why didn't we find hematite? Yeah, we didn't actually mine any like we just missed it all the way through. This could be a good source for us actually. Yeah, it seems to be a bit of it around, doesn't it? This is inside our safe zone as well. Let's just go and mine that out. Oops, hang on, that's I've still got it on auto. I'll just change the auto off for that one there. Just to get the hematite that's there. Alright, 10 hostiles left. Where are they now? It looks like they may have been passing through. You leaving? Please leave. Nine hostiles. Yeah, it looks like they may be heading off. Yep, that's gone. 8. Alright, let's just go back. 6. Just make doubly sure that they're 5 now. Off they go. Alright, time to open up the fortress again, I think. 3, yep, that'll do us. Let's just go back up to the top again. We'll just press F1 and open her up. You are now open for business again. So we can still just keep on now grabbing what we need to grab. So let's go back down. Let's just now go through the fortress yet again and figure out. So we've brought a few of the things in downstairs, which is good. There's the glass maker, which is good as well. we did actually pick up those dwarves from there, so they possibly have been buried. Yeah, we've got lots of things that have now been buried. So Monka Strap is back in through there. We've got Testicoles in that one. So we've gone outside and picked up their stuff. There's Click, the farmer. We've got Dishmab, the hammer dwarf, who his hammer and equipment has come into good stuff. There's the merchant and the human spearman as well. So we've actually been able to pick up all of their coffins. We've got 2 left. We better build some more, I think. Catacombs are open for business. This is good. At least we're now starting to smooth the areas, which is fantastic. So I'm glad about that. I don't know what happened last time, why they weren't doing it, because they're just hovering around doing nothing. This area is almost finished, so there's Supreme Plague, just finishing off that bit. What we want to do in here is actually set up our clothing area, because we haven't done that yet. So we go to workshops, we go to clothing and leather, and we've got there's 4 different things in here. There's a leather worker, the loom, the clothes, and then the dyer. We're not going to worry about the dyer, but we will go to the leather shop at the top and just sort of have that one sitting in through there. Chalk will be fine for that one. Go to the next one. Clothing and leather. The clothes, the next one that we actually place. That one out of chalk as well. And then the last one is the clothing and leather, and then the loom, very, very important. Make that one out of chalk as well. Let's now establish all of the, like while we're here, like with everything sort of paused, we're not doing anything in the butcher's shop or the tanner's shop. I do need to butcher an animal, capture a land animal. Yeah, it's not going to be. We're probably going to have to do that ourselves manually, I think, at this stage. So with the kitchen, now the kitchen requires raw food, so we'll end up with a raw food stockpile back in behind it. So we'll just go back into stockpiles, position. Both the still and this one actually require that a little bit. So raw food, I'll just create one stockpile and then figure out what we do with it. So let's just go and add in another one in here. So accept, that will be a food stockpile. We pretty actually could put all the different sorts of foods into this area as well, actually, I'm thinking. So we'll go with the food in through that side, go to custom. And so food actually has a lot of stuff. I'm not going to put prepared meals in this one, but meat, fish, unprepared fish, I won't put that in either. I'll just go none, because we'll need to have like a fish preparation area. I don't want to be catching fish, to be honest. Eggs, plants, yeah, drinks. I might keep the drinks out as well. Just go none and none. Actually, the animal ones, we're not going to get meat at this stage. There is bees outside. Seeds we don't want to have in here. Just going to go none. Fruit and leaves, yeah, that's okay. Fat, paste is okay if we ever make it. Pressed. Extracts, oils and stuff. Probably won't worry about that one, but we could actually still make use of it. There's different venoms. I'll keep that one in there as well. And miscellaneous liquid. Lye and milk of lime. Now, lye I don't want because we'll be using it for soap. So we do need to set up a soap factory as well, actually. That's another thing we need to do. The milk of lime. So actually, before we start to butcher animals, we'll set that whole thing up. So the milk of lime, I'll deselect that one. So any miscellaneous liquids, we'll have them also not in there as well. So just anything we can essentially use for making biscuits, biscuits and meals. So that will do us for the food stockpile. Now that's also then going to work for the still. The drinks, I'm sort of tempted to put the drinks actually in a separate zone. Let's just go to custom again and take yes, we did put the drinks in a separate pile. That's going to be okay. And so we'll create a new stockpile. and place that one in here. Accept, and in this case it's going to be a food stockpile again, and we just go to custom, and in this case we're just going to do none, but except for the drinks. Any drink can go there. Alright, and what did we still miss out on? If we just go back to this one here, just go to custom. Prepared meals is also an area that we don't actually have just yet, and so we want to have a stockpile for that. We don't need much for that one. Normally you'd put that down near where your haul is. This one here, I forgot what I was going to do in this zone here. Oh, that's right, we're going to do levers there. The look, it's only one layer up. Let's actually put our prepared food along the front here, or even just in front of the kitchen. So I'll just do that. Accept food, custom, none, except for prepared meals will actually end up going in there. So that then sort of sets up our 3 different stockpiles for 3 different, like for most of the different types of food that we have. I may need this being even bigger, but I'll leave that one where that is. We'll go back up the top. We've got the stockpiling through here. So this is stockpile number 3, and we just go to custom and we turn off all the food. Now at the moment, I think our food is, we've got seeds are not part of this. We're just going to go none. So even actually, I can allow unprepared fish just in case it happens to turn up there, and also the miscellaneous liquid. I'll allow that to also be there as well. But eventually, we'll get rid of that as well. So all of this stockpile of items will then come back down into that other zone. You can see there's a lot of it, so I might have to go back down and actually make these even bigger. There we go. So we'll just make that. We do need a lot of storage for the food as it comes in. Now back over through here, the farmer's workshop will make milk, but it'll also then make it'll also then allow us to have like we can shear animals and then use the wool back in through this other zone. I don't think I'll worry too much about the stockpile here for actually for cloth. I think I will actually create like a cloth bin. So if we go across and set up another stockpile. Accept, so this will just be for cloth. And so we can either have threads. I might turn off the all the different types of threads and put that in a separate stockpile actually. So we'll just go none of those, none of those, none of those, and none of those. And the thread I'll probably just place in front of that stockpile, or even place another stockpile in here just for threads. So that way we can sort of see them. So cloth, custom, none, 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 and none. Alright, so we just have any threads will then appear in this other stockpile, which is all fine. Then the other thing we need to do is to go back up and probably just have a clothing stockpile actually, like just one for clothes. Actually leather would be good as well. Actually, where is the clothes? It comes under armor. So it becomes I'll leave the armor here. I'll make it into an armor stockpile with everything in it, including like we've got shirts, togas, all sorts of stuff that ends up in here. But we can actually change this very specifically, like having different sorts of you know, whether we use metals or whatever else we sort of make out of different things. But I think I'm just going to leave that as all armor. Just not that it won't need to be very big. In fact, I might even reduce the size of that one now, because I would like to also put a leather stockpile in as well. So that will do us. Accept and create. Now there's also leather goods like the quivers and so on and so forth, but I'll just make this into a leather stockpile. And again, if we just go to custom, it's just a different types of leather, but it will just allow that to be everything, so that will be fine. And I'll just let Supreme Plague do that one, and that way we'll just paint this one in again. Alright, so that's going to be our clothing area. This will happen automatically because of the DF hack. We've got it running where the clothing will just be automatically generated. So that's all happening. That's all good. God, it makes life easy using DF hack. It's so much better than anything else. It's just incredible. Anyway, that's now been placed as well. Okay, we can just trigger that. I think we're close now. We'll just get the clothing area sorted out. I keep on forgetting to go to where the tiger iron is. Who else is mining? It is only Supreme Plague. It's just chalk, but we're not seeing the tiger iron. I don't know if it's useful at all. I don't think it is. All right, let's. That's actually good there. We'll just go back up the top again to this stockpile, and we'll just go to custom. And so the things we don't want to have is any armor. So we'll just go none. Any leather, we'll just make sure that that's all set to none as well. Cloth, we set that to none because we've now got new areas for it. So as we, none through there. So as we find different things, we're then going to do it. Now bars and blocks, that's another thing we want to be working on. Stone and clay, we're not putting this one on, but everything else we are. So I want to change this. And we also need to set up a soap industry. That's actually very important. So we'll do that down in here. So we'll set up the soap industry in along this area, and just have like another zone sort of chopped out of that. So I'm just going to that deep for now, and then we'll sort of figure that one out as we go. That's all good where that is. So yeah, only 2 hostiles left, which is great. Yeah, so everyone's just they've got a lot of work to do. Let's just follow Sev around for a minute. Oh, sorry, Supreme Plague. Here we go. We need the iron ore. Come on, get the iron ore. This one here, we can just, I think I might just tell him to chop out wherever we find it like this. We'll just get rid of it. Oh, here we go. He's coming here anyway, so this is actually good. Let's just go and manually chop this one. As well, and we do actually have that as well. We'll just go and grab those. Now, what have we got? Oh no, it's only the flooring. Okay, I think we're going to go up the top. For what we had, that's okay. It was worth just seeing what was in there, just to see if there was sand, deep sand. Again, we've got the white sand wall here, but it's not really where we want to be placing things. So let's just go back up to this layer here, and just create a sand zone. So we need the sand zone, and we'll just go and establish this one across this wall here. So that will be our sand zone. Except, it's only the flooring by the looks of things that actually works with that. It says 4, so I think it's only sand floor. I wonder if we could do that elsewhere. Look, I'll keep it. It's a long way away. That's all, and it's also dangerous. Let's go back down the bottom again into this zone here. Could we just make that into it? We don't need very much. Yeah, 2 sand, it works, doesn't it? Let's accept that as our sand zone. And so we'll just pick up sand from there. So, and we'll just see how that goes. So let's just now go back down to F8 again. We've got these different things now established. So what we now need to do is we now need to go and add a new task to, we've got copper bars in through here, which is great. So we can do a lot of things with this one. So we've got a lot of happening here with heaps of copper bars. And at the moment we're storing them up the top of the fortress. We need to store them down in here. And we will need to store them in around here, very close to where we actually are working. I think we'll end up with different locations that do different things, different sorts of workshops. But we want to also then just go and add in another one of the work orders. If we get iron, so if we can get hematite, so we've got one piece of hematite now. So if we just go in and add in another one, using again the smelter, and we want to smelt hematite ore. Let's go down and have a bit of a look. So we've only got one of them at this stage. Just change the number to 1. And if hematite is at least 1, basically, because we've only got 1. So if we just go across and is at least 1. There we are. We're satisfied. We need that iron because we need to make another anvil. So we need to keep on making anvils out of the iron that we end up getting. So at this stage, we're going to go into the magma forge. We'll just add a new task. A few things that we do need. In fact, I can do this again just through the work orders. So let's go and add another work order. We need chains. So we're going to go into the forge. Where is it? We've got the kiln. It's a glass furnace. We do want to get this as well. The glass furnace. If I go into the glass furnace and make glass blocks, I think white sand. I forget which one actually does that. It should automatically do the collect sand anyway. I can't remember if it's clear glass or green glass that we end up getting. I forget the process of doing that. Yeah, I'm not sure. We want heaps of them, like absolutely heaps of them, because we want to build up the top. It's green glass, says Grey Man Walking. Thanks for that. So it's only green glass that we can actually then go and do. So we want to make not clear, we want green. So if we actually go across to, I forget what the white, yeah, you have to make a clear, you have to make clear and crystal. Okay, so we can actually, let's just make, is everything just make? This is actually the bits and pieces. Where is it? Is it at the top? Okay, that's okay. You're saying you have to make clear and crystal with different materials. Okay, sorry, thoughts coming. That's fine. Where do we make the well, green glass? We just start with blocks, don't we? I'll just type the word block. Green glass blocks. Let's just see what happens with that if we allow that to be made. So if we make we make 10 at a time, which I'm happy with, and so the number is fine, and we'll just go across, and if we're going to need to collect the sand, aren't we? I think we just do that one. If the amount of green glass blocks available is less than 10, I'll change the number of that to big number, about 200. So satisfied there. It's just raw green glass unless you want blocks to build with. Yeah, so yeah, so it's just raw green glass. Raw green glass. Is that what we have to then make first? It doesn't have it there. Normally it would have it. The sand-bearing items. Looks like it's just come straight out of there. Yeah, we want to build the top of the fortress. We want to make out of glass. We're going to make a glass fortress on the top. So I think we should just. I think that'll work. I think it'll tell us if there's any sort of problem. So let's just leave it there, and we'll just make it at most 200. There we go. So yeah, that would be good. In fact, just having another quick look at the raw glass. If we do go back down to it. Green glass, that opens the menu. Yeah, okay, that's the one there. So it wouldn't be bad to just have a few of them anyway, just in case we need it for the yeah, there we go. That's good. Just get a couple of those just in case we sort of need it for other things. But the blocks are going to be the important thing. There's 4 hostiles now on the map. Ah, the camels are back. Camels are back. 4 of them. All right. How have we gone outside here? Let's go to F1. These still haven't been loaded. That one has. Good. The more of these we can get out here, the better. That one's not ready. Not ready. Yeah, none of these are ready. Okay, is anyone else outside? If they're going to be outside, they're going to be now down below here. There is actually a vulture corpse, which you wouldn't worry about. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff has been picked up from here now. I think that was actually where everything actually was. Although it's all too specific, isn't it, that one? That looks like where someone died. I'm looking for the block that was off to the side. Oh, there it is. No, there's still heaps there. But no one's there. No one's gone outside to go and get it. I think just for safety's sake, let's because these are quite dangerous, let's just lock it now. And unpause, which is fine. That's just keeping everyone sort of in through that side. All 4 of those are outside, which means we can still just keep everything unlocked. So we can get very far with everything. Still making mugs and so on and so forth in through that side. Mechanics, yeah, they're done. Stoneworkers are done. That's interesting. Going in for a drink. Now, we do have the well, so the well becomes essentially the source where they will go and drink. I don't know if I need to make a meeting hall in around here for the well. The well should just be the well. I think it becomes a default meeting hall. Meeting area. Yeah, taverns, temples, hospitals, and the like. Yeah, so it's not really a well as such. The well is the well, so it'll just be used as required. In fact, if we follow that thirsty person down and just see what's actually happening through here. So this is Huabub going off for a drink. We'll just see what happens in through here. So it may be going down for an actual drink of beer. Yeah. It's now hauling a chalk mug. This is interesting as well. And is now going in to have a drink from what had been made there. Now, the chalk mugs, this is actually interesting. What we want to do is we want to have chalk mugs, we want to have mugs established in this area as well, where the drinks ultimately will end up. So this actually makes life a little bit easier if they do come straight in for drinking. And so what we want to do is essentially not have mugs. We just want them to leave their mugs all over the place. So they can make a bit of a mess with the mugs. So let's go through into this stockpile and just go to custom. And so finished goods. We've got the mugs, which should be, or goblets. So I'm not going to allow goblets in this zone. And if I don't have goblets anywhere, they'll just use them and leave them. So, which is fine. They don't have to have a storage place for them, which means they're going to leave them where they eat and drink. So that's going to work out well. It just means that they can actually sort of grab what they require. They're coming back in to dig that, which is fine. Did we make this soap area yet? No, we haven't. A lot of work to be done in this fortress at this stage. Now we do actually have the leather worker. Now is now done. Here comes all the biscuits with the grubs and things. We need cats. Need cats to stop them from eating stuff. Actually, the vermin. We can sort of do things with vermin, but these will now go off and collect webs. We should actually probably even have some people that are off doing exactly that. Weave thread. Oh, that's okay. I'll just make their own clothing. There we go. So the drinks are being brought back down, and we'll start to find that mugs will also be left in this region. There we go. There's a mug right on top there. Chalk mug. And so this will actually happen a lot, where we'll end up with lots of so the mug is there along with the drink. I've got the lever room. We will be wanting to do something with that. Come on, we need still need a lot of smoothing done. There's a lot of work that has to be done here. Let's just go down and have a look outside, see what they're up to. Not really wandering around out there too much. Yep, so lots and lots of tetrahedrite in through here. Cherry opals down that way. Alright, we should now hopefully have, we add a new task. We'll go to, I think it's other objects, iron anvil. Okay, that was now been done. So we need to get one of those done. Cancels load trap. Okay, we need sand bearing item, so we do need to go and get sand. Oh, they've made raw green glass. A new task. Collect sand. I'll just do that manually a bit and just sort of see whether we need to actually put that in as a limit. Looks like we may have to. Need 3 iron bars. Okay, so cancel forge iron anvil. We don't have enough iron yet. There's 4 there now. 4, which is that going across? May be that they're actually putting the bars and blocks in. I might just set up another smelter here. I might put all my forges down this side. So if we have a bit of a look at what's underneath, so this is the line here. I think that's interesting. Yeah, I made the other one off on a different angle. I've mispositioned my spots a little bit. Not that it'll matter that much. I can do it from any of the areas. Go down through that line. Iron anvil, great. We've got a second one. Put another smelter here. shirt, that's good. And we do have the glass furnaces there. I think just keeping one would be okay. I'll just leave that one where that is. Actually, maybe 3. That way we can actually have one for each one for a different material. Why not? We've got heaps of them, so we'll set them all up. There we go again, off mining more stuff. And that's all been set up. So what we'll do is we'll start to just build more and more of the iron anvils. Other object, iron, forge iron anvil. Okay, that's good. Actually, I think I don't think of enough bars of iron just yet. Yeah, no, we'll wait for that to happen. Probably come up as something that's actually a problem. Yep, they don't have enough. Whether it's cleared. Now the actual metal that we have down through here, we really want to keep these into the different locations here. I think I'll keep one purely for iron. We do need to get more staircases going up as well. We can do bars, like a stockpile for bars in around here as well. I think I might just do that. Just start with the bar stockpile there, accept. Bars and blocks, custom. So we want we don't want blocks down in here, so I'm just going to go none of those, and none of those. Other materials, we don't want those either. So just metal bars, and I could specialize this one, but I think I'll just go with anything at this stage. So any metal bars. And if we then go back up the top again, and F2, go back to where we've got our storage area, go to bars and blocks, custom, and metal bars, none. That way we'll end up with metal bars keeping back down where we need them. Now we don't have storage here. Again, the wood is, this isn't good, what we're seeing through here. Redshirt has redeemed a character. We don't actually have any at this stage, but there will be more on the way, I would hope, fairly soon. It's now midwinter, so we should expect someone to come. 7 hostiles now. Hang on, we've got to always double check that there are heaps and heaps of these camels. Right, okay. Everyone's up above. I've got to make sure that nothing wanders in from down below. So we go to F8. So with that one done, actually this is now dug through. Let's go and dig ourselves or build ourselves another forge. So we'll go with the workshops, magma forge. Got 1 iron anvil. And other things, oh god, we do need to get the hematite. Let's just go down the bottom of the fortress and just see if he's actually started to mine that hematite yet. There's a little bit there. Okay, that'll be okay. That'll be alright. We'll just allow that to sort of come through and do its thing. So that's all fine. It's funny we didn't find any hematite up through there. We do need to get hematite. We do actually have it on that layer sort of higher than this. There's native gold in there, or tetrahedrite. One thing I should really do is to block this off, but I want to make sure all these things actually come in. Let's go and set up another stockpile up this way. This will be for ores. Accept. So it'll be a stone stockpile. You go to custom, And in this case, we want metal ores. We don't want economic, we don't want other stone, and we don't want clay. So any metal ores will then just go, come into this position here, up into here. So we do actually have all these other stones, which I could get rid of. What are these? This is microline. I won't do the auto dump just yet. You've got all this wood that's now been chopped down, which is very, very valuable. No one's really going off doing anything. We're not seeing other characters out here just yet. But they have actually gone all the way through here, which is interesting. This is just another contained lake of water. There we go, going off to collect webs or wood. Looks like it's wood. Can we build yet another iron anvil? Add new task, other objects, iron anvil. Oh, Sigan. Ghostly. Now, Sigan. Who was that? That was Sigan one of ours? Can't remember. The ghostly animal caretaker. Let's have a look and see who Sigan actually is. Undead. I don't remember Sigan. It's not. It's not one of ours. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I can't recall it though, at all. So we're going to need to just make sure. See if we've got slabs for the others now as well. So if we just go into stocks, just type in slab, because it will automatically do different things. There's one, a limestone memorial for Sigan. It's been built in through there. So we actually have the memorial to Sigan, and I can't remember who Sigan actually is. So at all. So I'll place Sigan up here. And this is furniture, slabs. So that will then put him to rest. Now we've got all these other tombs that we have to now sort of go and position. So I'll just go and place the tombs. We've only got 2 left at this point in time. So this is also just going to be furniture. It's going to be burials, and we'll just go into planning mode. All right, and we'll put doors on this. So place structures, doors. So we have to do this to make the auto zones work. Then we just remove the doors and just leave them as open catacombs. All right, at that point we can now just go into our zones, go into, where is it? Tombs, and we just go to multi and just select them. So we'll select those, and we select these. There we go. So they've now all been established. So we've got the different tombs, and we can now just go back through and cancel the construction of the doors. I think there's a way I can do that. I don't think that does it. No, that doesn't do it. Oh, that's after it's been built. No, we're going to have to do it just manually. we still have a lot of stuff we have to establish with our work orders as well. We need to get traction benches, for example, set up, so we're going to need to go back down and establish work orders for that as well. So if we just go back into the work orders, we'll start to build these things now, just to get them in there. If we just go to the metalsmith forge, and we're going to do copper chain, so forge copper chain, so we'll just get those done. That will be a fairly critical thing that we then need, so we'll just start with those. We'll just do one of them at a time, and if copper chains, I'm sure we're going to have copper bars, so we're not going to run out of those. Well, maybe. So we'll go with the amount of copper chains is at most, I'll say 3. So just so we've always got at least 3 chains, which we can then sort of make use of. So, and I'll go copper bars as well. Copper bars is greater than 10. That way we just keep a few hovering around. So that'll do us. And 10's fine for that. All right, next one we're going to do is we're going to add in more copper. Sorry, just go back into the. Where are we? Metalsmith forge. So we'll do copper cages. Copper cage. And so we'll make these again with, just do one of them at a time. And do the same thing if the copper cages, if empty copper, if copper cages, if we got less than say 2, or at most 10, we'll change that to say at most 2. We can then, so that's still satisfied, so they will make the cages. This way we're going to be able to then sort of use this to then make what we need for all the cage traps. We're going to need a lot of cage traps, like a hell of a lot of them. So we're going to go with copper cages, and we'll go and we also need to just make sure that we've got copper bars as well. So we'll leave that one through there. That'll do us, so that's fine. Other things that are copper, we could make other copper equipment, but now that we've actually found iron, I'm thinking I'm going to be making iron weaponry. We could make hammers out of silver, so I think I'll actually do that as well. So I'll just go back down. I should just go to F8 just so we're looking at the right location. Yeah, if we go and there's less hostiles, they may be moving off the map as well, I think. You've got that one through there, wooden bins. Okay, that's all fine. Yeah, so back in through this other side, we've then got the, what was I going to try to do in here? Yeah, so this one here, we're trying to collect sand. So we don't have any sand there yet. I'll have to do that as well. I'll just have to go to the work orders for collecting sand. That will be the glass furnace. Collect sand. And I might as well get them to collect, say, 10 at a time. Oh, that's only a one-time order. They should be getting that at the time. It's one-time order. I can't actually keep it going. I can do it this way, yeah, just for the number of items is at least 1. Sorry, it's actually at most. No, most, it's got to be at least, doesn't it? How does it work? It's at least 10. Oh no, that's wrong. That's nothing. So that's actually not it. So the suggestions aren't actually, the item is not correct there. So I'll just leave it to collect 10, and we'll just see what actually happens with it. See if we can actually sort of figure out a way to do that one. So yeah, so Richard was asking if any dwarves are available for naming. Not yet, but they should be on their way fairly soon, I would hope. Comes Adrian with his sunglasses on. Wooden cages. I might switch off now. Now that we've got copper, let's go back up the top to F2 and change the work orders there for cages. We won't do the cages anymore, or we'll set them up differently. So let's go into the work orders, and we're looking for wooden cages. There it is there. Logs is at least 20 is the number. I'm going to make it this one at least 100. Still, actually, we've still got 100 logs. Actually, that's, maybe we'll make it 200. There we go. Now it's not ready for it. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll keep on sort of building these things. Now, Sigan has been put to rest. That's good. Don't need to worry about that one anymore. That's all done. Now, once the chains start coming through, we can then start to make traction benches. I might just set the traction benches up now as well as a work order. There's a lot of different things we have to then go and make. I don't think we have traction benches. Pretty sure I didn't actually set them up before. Kind of wish you could filter this a bit better than what it actually is. Traction benches. There we go. Make traction bench. Go to the bottom. And set this one up. So we just make one at a time. Whoops, not right. That's not what we wanted. One at a time. And in this case, we need to have, if the amount of traction benches, we need tables, we need mechanisms, and we need chains. So we need all of these different things. So if the amount of traction benches is less, or we'll just make it say is at most, say 2 or even 1. So if we've got 1 traction bench available, then don't build any more. Only build them as required. Amount of tables is also has to be at least 1. Amount of mechanisms is at least 10. I'm happy with that. And number of chains is also is at least, I've got 10 there, but so we've actually got a fair few chains actually that have been around. This is also ropes, but we'll just allow that to actually happen. So we end up with we're getting lots of chains now. So this will actually be I won't make it 10 though. I'll just make it say 2 or 3. Let's just go that way. So that's now satisfied. So we'll start to now get the traction benches. That will be important. Let's just see if our soap making has now come through. Yes, it has. So soap making is a bit tricky because we do need to set up like a whole chain of different things that come off that. So we need to make ash. I'll start working backwards and just and do the what we require for this one. So the workshops, we do actually have the ashery, so used to make lye, potash, and milk of lime. So this one is it comes off the wood burner. So we need a wood burner that feeds the ashery, that then feeds the soap maker's workshop. So it uses tallow, rendered fat or oil here with lye to make soap. So the soap maker will place at this end, and then I'll put the that's still on auto. That's okay though. I won't worry about it. Workshops, the ashery. I will just hide the planner. So this one here requires blocks. Need an empty barrel. Okay, we don't have a barrel first. Okay, in that case, I will actually use the planner in this case, because we're sort of out of barrels. And we need a wood burner as well. So we'll just go and create one of those. Workshops. And that comes under furnaces. Wood furnace down the bottom through here makes charcoal and ash from wood. And so we need that for making soap. Just hide the planner. We've got chalk nearby. So when we do get barrels, and it looks like barrels are in short supply, Got a lot of drink there. Yeah, we should be making them. I'll just go back and have a look. Let's have a look at the work orders. Got rock pots being made, which is fine. And looks like oh, hang on, we've got the soap and so on and so forth already established in here, but we don't actually have the lye or anything else like that one through there. So we do need to, that's actually ready to go. Making ash as well. We can now start to look at that one. Amount of logs is at least 50. Amount of ash is at most 10. That's actually okay. So we can start to sort of get that one. That one's already established. Where are the barrels? Bins. I think I better put a wooden barrel in as well. Now we can make them out of metal as well, but I'll just make wood. Make wooden barrels. And we'll just make one at a time. If the barrels is less than 10 and the amount of logs is greater than 10, I'm happy with that. Barrels are important, so we'll definitely make use of those. We can have an empty barrel stockpile as well, which is can be quite useful. That way we can sort of see what's actually happening around the place. In fact, I might even build that off to the side here. Get even more space for that. Did I put empty barrels? Just have a quick look and see. If I did, I meant no, just barrels. That's fine. Yeah, that's that does mean empty barrels. It's the same sort of deal, really. So it's I don't know why they've got the two, but that's yeah, it still means the same. Here we go. So we'll end up with a empty barrel stockpile. I'm just going to pause this while I figure this out. I'm just going to go accept. Now I think that empty barrels are actually under furniture. I think. I don't think they're under food. Let's go to custom. Yeah, barrels. There we go. So we can just put empty barrels in here. So we'll just go to none, except for barrels. So the type will be barrels, and we've got stone and clay. That's going to be fine. Metal, yeah, that'll be okay. Other material, there'll be wood as well. That's fine. So this will be purely a barrel stockpile. So so the only type we're going to have is barrels. I could put empty bins in there as well. I might do that. Bins and barrels. Yeah, that'll do. And again, just need to go back up the top to make sure that this no longer has that. So, hang on, did I make that a bars and blocks stockpile? I didn't mean to do that. I'll leave it like that. Actually, I don't actually want these at all. Actually, no, I'm going to make it furniture and finished goods. I'll just go all. I'll just get all of those. And furniture, I'll go all there as well. I'll just leave everything else where that actually is. And So we don't actually have wood, and I do want to have wood as well, so just go all wood there. But furniture, I will actually just turn off the barrels and the bins. So still keep this as a bit of a stockpile of different things. Yeah, I must have accidentally done that. So things are saying no, you put barrels, but I'm asking why it's not empty barrels. It is the same. I'm not sure why it's the same. In fact, I find it safer to just not use empty stuff. Like when it says what it means is basically barrels in that are usable, that are free to use. So it often does that sort of stuff. These camels and things haven't been moved out of here. We haven't really placed anything. We've got rotten cave fish biscuits, which you put in the refuse pile. Still got 7 hostiles up above. Let's go back down the bottom here. F8. Are we making these? I think collect sand is just automatically happening now at this point in time. Do we have glass blocks yet? Yeah, we've only got the raw green glass. There's a copper cage that's just been made. We've got 2 iron anvils. One that's actually in use, but the other one is just down in here, so we can actually now go and make another one of these forges. Let's go to workshops. The magma forge. Shirt, that'll do. Yeah, that'll do us nicely here actually. So that's I'll just go and grab this one and paint it further down. And then what we want to do is just cut off, just go accept. Just get rid of these areas. I'm going to put walls back in. I'll actually make walls eventually, so that will just be the bars will end up in that area where they can also make use of it. Yes, we've gone everywhere through there. I think we need to find more iron. And if we have a look at the rock where the iron was found, we found it in Gabbro. We also want to probably go, well actually we could just make use of this area and just dig across. I'm thinking we might just do this and just see if we can find anything through here. And if we can sort of find like more hematite, it's going to be fairly useful. Only 6 hostiles left. 4, 5, 6. Looks like they've all just arrived. Switching over. None of those are named. So if they were named, it means that they've come back in after they've killed someone. Because we've got a few named ones now. It's now midwinter. Oh, what have we got? Stray Pult has been slaughtered. That's good. Stonecrafter, Stray Mule. Yep. So we're getting. We've now sort of got our turkey manufacturing working properly. Now we want to put the green blocks we want to have really close to the entrance. So I'm going to place them in here. So another stockpile at this location. Accept. And this will be blocks. Bars and blocks. Custom. None. And we won't be making wood blocks, but we can just use any of the it'll be green glass is what we use, but I'll just do any of the crystal, any sort of glass blocks that we end up doing. We'll just repaint the middle section out of this one here, just so we open up the staircase. So that will just be blocks in through there. And they'll be used for the construction above. So we'll end up sort of having the blocks ending up in that location. We've got the empty cages there ready to go as well. Oh, Seb has been webbed down in here somewhere, but he's out of it now. Now we've got 4 that are really unhappy. Okay, I think it's the lack of bedrooms and stuff like that. But I'm sort of running out of time this time, guys, so I'm going to have to probably leave it here. So Richard saying, why do you have hostile camels in a snow biome? It's actually not a snow biome, it's actually a desert, but it's a cold desert. And so if we have a look, we're sort of over in here in Centre on Fort, so that's our fort there. So we've actually got this desert that runs in through this zone, and it just happens to be winter, and so we're in the failed dune, which is an undead biome. So we've got an undead biome in through there. That's actually where we are. So yeah, I think that's all we can really do at this stage. We've got a few more openings in the fort, which makes it a little bit more dangerous. But we do need to have this. I'm glad we got all this wood. That was extremely useful for us. Everything else is going fairly well, I think. Just come back up again. I'll just have a quick look down and just see if we did actually find anything from this mining. No, we didn't. Like it's too hot here. I'll just ditch all this, and then we'll figure out another way to get our way through the zone. Yeah, there's a lot of magma around, and I don't want to go into this zone here, which is going to be extremely dangerous. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe we do. So a lot going on with the fortress. Outside, I really wish I could have actually got those traps established. They're so useful. But anyway, we'll just leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back. I'll be back. I won't be here this Friday. That's what this one was here for. But we'll actually be the following Friday. I will definitely be here. If you're watching on YouTube, then it will be every Friday. So it's only for the live stream on Twitch that I won't be here for that one. Okay, so anyway, we're going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.